will be starting in 1 minute. Let's begin. Hello and welcome to today's episode of See Bonny Draw. It's weird every time I say that because it's not like it's a formal thing per se. Anyway, I'm Professor Bo, the aka Mr. Bonny John. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, before we get to the Pokemon illustration, we're halfway there. There's now 150 plus characters and concepts and items and whatnot. In the original poster, I had, as far as Easter eggs, the substitute doll for Pikachu, and then missing no. That was it. There was like some cute little stuff, but in the new one, there's even more. We're gonna have to like write down all of them, so it'll be something I can advertise when I sell. That said, hello Chill Bill, Purple, and Tengu. Thank you guys for joining me today. It's great to have you. Make sure you like when you enter. Chat, on screen, you can see my Smash Brothers inspired, my Marvel vs. Capcom inspired. Okay, fire. What's up, Ligma Gang coming in. Welcome in, welcome in. Beardani is back. Beardani's always been here, baby. It's only going to get bigger, I think. Welcome in, you guys. Good to see you. I kind of want to finish this illustration on stream right now, because when you're looking at the Nintendo side, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters left. The newcomers are all set and done, but otherwise, I think there might be some slight adjustments of moving certain characters around, but like, be ready to color alongside the Mario Kart as well. What's up, Mo? Welcome in, and hello, Chill Bill. So, I'm very excited to finish up this piece. It'll be a little more effort than, say, I think the Mario Kart one will be more effort than this, and then the Pokemon illustration that we're going to jump to right now will be by far the most difficult thing. I got to finish all this, plus 6 stickers by next Friday. So we'll see how that works. But I don't know. I'm here to finish this for now. I won't be streaming tomorrow, I don't think. We'll see. I might, but I don't think. What's up, Sufjan? No E today. They bullied you? I meant to say Sigma. Bro, you're not a Sigma Wolf anymore. You're a Ligma Wolf, bruh. I bullied, I take the hit. Hey, it is what it is. What's up, Popley? All right, I'm going to hit that stretch ski early today before anybody yells at me. So we've got about... Somebody... Look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this like this. Somebody go quickly and count all the Pokemon I've done. Because I got to say that's at least 75 characters done. Right? I worked on these guys on my own yesterday. There's Kangaskhan, the baby, Cubone, Marowak, and the Ghost. Ghost is also going to be yet another kind of Easter egg that I'm throwing into the piece. We finished the starters yesterday, who, if I may say so, came out wonderful. This section came out really well. That's the anchor. In hindsight, here's what it looked like before. What's up, Justin? Welcome in. But yeah, other than that, I really think the bottom half is going to be far, for starters, is far less dense right? So that means less Pokemon as a whole. Like the top part is insane. Like how I pulled this shit off is crazy. This needs to be studied and then put in a museum. Bottom half, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. So why don't we do this? I think I am going to. I kind of want to do Kabuto, Kabutops, the old Amber, all that. And then we're going to finish up with Snorlax so I can kind of anchor in that piece. Then I'm going to jump on the other side and we'll kind of move back and forth zigzag like I've done. Capiche? What's up? One of our mods, Jay, is here. Yo, y'all, just saying hey. Got dressed up fancy, made my way into DC. Enjoy. Oh, something funny. So Wicked turns out is a musical. And apparently, like, people who think they can sing is singing songs at the theater. So they're like saying, hey, we paid money to hear Ariana Grande sing. So please don't sing at the theater. So I thought that was pretty funny. All right, let's begin. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit that like for me. I appreciate you, as always. Let's start by, of course, leaving likes while you're here. But also, I want to hear how your day was. I myself, I did cardio. I hooped today. Came back in. Worked on a little commission. I've gotten 2 commission requests from you guys, which I appreciate. Whatever money I make from that, yo, low key, the amount of money I spent on Uber Eats this past week, like, we'll say one of the commissions kind of like jumps into that fund. But everything else I'll use to, you know, pay for all the merch that I need to make for Holiday Matsuri, which is now officially a month away. Happy birthday, Justin. That's right. Justin Dow's birthday today. I just realized there's 3 things attached to my birthday. Anniversary of the Ben 10 live action, Ruby Sapphire, and EV. Hell yeah. Happy birthday, mate. Tell us how you celebrated today. Hope you got to enjoy a beautiful day with your friends and family. And did you get any cool gifts? We want to know. We're going to start with Kabuto today. So, Kabuto is the shellfish Pokemon. Japanese name, wait for it, is Kabuto. Fire. So they decided not to change his name. No big deal. I will fist fight. Saw the stage show on my 20th or 21st. Second best musical. All right. I've seen only one musical on Broadway. That was back when I was in Queens. I was at St. John's University for my my first ever semester of college. And part of the experience was like, because there was a lot of people who were, you know, not from New York. So I guess to give all those kind of people experiences, we had like a trip where we went into the city. And, you know, if you're born and raised wherever, in this case, Queens, I'm not going to go into Manhattan. Why am I going to do that? Like, I don't need to do any of that. So it was kind of a nice trip because I ended up actually able to see the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island. Because, like, again, you're not going to really do that stuff if you're from there. So then we also went to Broadway, and we had done seeing, I think, Les Mis, I believe, which was really good. I don't remember shit about it. But I was like, oh, this is what theater is. Like, these people are hella talented. So that was a fun time. Respect the singers in the audience, to be clear. You should. I would have your back over there. Celebrate at a later date. Nice. I did eat a tub of cookies and hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll say this. I've never had cookies and cream ice cream to this day. Sufjan writes, my birthday and kind of year is tied to the release of Minecraft. Hell yeah. What's up, Rykar? Welcome in. What project would you like to see in live action? This is a great question. I do think Cowboy Bebop could have been an amazing live action. I didn't see the Netflix one, but let me see. Whatever I have here is like the stuff I love the most. So I want to see if there's any Furikuri, no. Chainsaw Man, no. 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 Ghost in the Shell could be another cool one, which ironically, look, They with a lot of these things, stop trying to make them movies. Do series. You know? You know what? I should open this and listen to it. Akira soundtrack. They should do this into live action. I think this would be ill. Because it's not like the sci-fi. Maybe there's like certain elements of the sci-fi where obviously it leans a little crazy. This is ill, yo. Kaneda on the throne. And is like, oh, that's sick. But I'm gonna put that in the front so I can actually listen to it. Because if I stack them, I'm not gonna see them. How you feeling today, Bon? Well, Mo, thank you for asking. I always appreciate when you guys care to ask. Kabuto down. Let's get one into the chat. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling slightly stretched, if I may say so. Like, I've been working hard at these posters. I'm a little bummed because, you know, that date I was supposed to go on, you know, it kind of fell through. But, you know, she was like, all right, well, you know, plan it for when I get back, yada, yada, yada. So I'll look forward to that. But I guess even outside of that, like, I just want to kind of take a little bit of a break. But I genuinely, in my current state, cannot. Every day, every part of this, like, push really counts. So if I, you know, on one hand, it's kind of a good thing that I didn't go to the museum today. But on the other hand, I think low key, high key, I really do need a break for the mental. So I don't know. I feel like I need a break. I've been working very hard. I suspect I will be working extremely hard for the next week. I might be able to take a little bit of a break next weekend, maybe. But then immediately after, I'm going to need to work on an additional 5 pieces for my booth. And, you know, my turntable, Jesus. My timetable for that is far less punishing. Like, I could have it printed literally the day before and it won't cost as much. So I'm not stressed as much about that, but it's still something that, like, I've got to think about, you know? So I'm drawing Kabutops. You know what? Actually, I want to see if Kabuto's name in Japanese is Kabuto. Kabutops is also Kabutops. So there you go. Minecraft shouldn't have been turned to live action. This was a mistake. I understand that. But at the same time, I say let them cook. Kids are gonna watch it. They're gonna enjoy it. What they should do if they're smart is hire famous Minecraft, like, YouTubers and whatnot, and have them actually develop, like, the in-engine, in-game version. Like, so they use the actors' voices and whatnot, right? But you use the visuals from the game, and that would bring so much goodwill to the studio, you know? So we'll see if they do something like that. All right. Kabutop's coming out pretty good. I think Kabutop's, I don't think he's an underrated design, but, like, he is really fucking cool. I would love to see a Zo Temple live action. Hell yeah, Rykar. One day, you never know. Forgot about the Ghost in the Shell live action with Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, most people have. I have not started watching DB Daima. Where do I see that? Is that on Crunchyroll? Drink waters. Everyone drink waters. Can I drink horchata? Yes, you can. What's water? Legitimately thought it was cool on how they designed the counterfossils in Pokemon Heroes. What is Pokemon Heroes? Me personally, I like the grass type more and drink grass. Yo, bro skipped touch grass and went straight to drink. What's up, Squirrel? Squirrel, if you can you post this in the chat? Or not chat, the Discord. It's both on Crunchyroll and Netflix. Two services I don't have. The only service I have, chat. Someone guess. We'll make it a little game. First person to guess is the winner. I don't know if anyone will get it. I will say I do like this pose I gave Abu Tops. It is interesting that they both gave Kabutops and Scyther like similar weapons. And there's no real connection between the two. You know? If they did it like, say, a different generation apart and then made like a connection, but two Pokemon with sides framed, so. I'll probably need to retouch this one up a little bit, but I think another thing is, I don't think a lot of people are going to be complaining if the models and stuff are off model. It's a little hard to tell, I think, so. Hey, yo, Kabutops, why did they give you that little thing that pops out there? All right. Looks pretty good to me. Snorlax. That's 2 down, chat. 2 down. I'm telling you, I'm going to be able to blaze through, I think, the bottom section compared to the top. You know what? Low-key, chat. I'm gonna kind of just work out this area, and then we'll jump over to the other side. Yeah? Already got it? Thank you, Scroll. Pokemon Heroes with the Latio. Yeah, interesting name they gave it. We had Pokemon, the first movie was a name. Then you had Pokemon 2000, and I like that name 2000 because one, it's like the second Pokemon movie, so they're like Pokemon 2 and then 1000. Then they kind of, yeah, they never really had a formula with the names, right? It was just whatever. YouTube has it. Only done 3 fossil though. Remember 2 of them. Who knows? Maybe there's a sense that, yeah, I mean, that I do see what you're putting down, and that's kind of how I picture Freaky Tops. Considering Kabutops from the disappeared, you could say, yeah, pretty much. Hello, delinquents. Hi, Dan. You know, ever since Danny came in and has done that wave thing, I've done that wave, and I'm looking down in shame because I stole it from Danny. I think it's such a cute way to say hi. And then they have Pokemon Forever. That's a fire name. So, okay, we'll do Snorlax. So 2 down. Mark 2 down. We're making fantastic progress today. So tomorrow, I should be able to... I think I should be able to... You know what? I think I might be able to stream tomorrow. We'll see. Well, it depends on how much I get done today. But I do have to finish something very important for a coming collaboration. So that's going to be pretty much due up. So at the Traverse City. That's Traverse City. Pokemon movie since Generation 8. No way. That was which movie? It's cutie, yeah. It's so cute. Like, I never thought about it. But yeah, you are waving in the form of water. All right, so with Snorlax, I will say, I like this. Snorlax is very cute, right? When you're looking at it, I think it's absolutely adorable. But we're going to just use real-world jiggle physics for Snorlax. Okay? Well, let me ask you. It does look a little... Maybe... You know what I'm going to do? As cute as it looks like this, his legs are a little too... What if I did something like this? Because I'm trying to think like of how physics might affect. Wait, this looks... He looks kind of slutty and sexy. Get him sexy. Get him sexy. If you don't... If you do, you don't have to stream long. That's true. Thanks, Danny. That's true. Secrets of the Jungle, which is basically Pokemon detailing of Tarzan with the... Oh, yeah, the Zarude. Okay, so... Who's messaging me? I hit do not disturb and it still made noise. Excuse. Make it G... Invert the tokes, make him... Ooh. That took a lot of energy to get that high pitched. Make it G-Max Snorlax occupying the rest of the... Nah, that's not Gen 1. Yo, I don't like the way he's putting his legs up at the viewer. Like, that's some OnlyFans shit. You know? So, but, you know, it is a cute pose. Right? So if I did his arm this way, and you see his, like, belly kind of sliding down this way. What do y'all think? Am I tweaking or nah? Yeah, I don't want to do that again. You wrote it, so when I read the comment, I had to say it. You trapped me. But you guys see what I'm saying? Do we want to change this pose, or is it like, Bon, this is the cutest thing you've ever drawn. We can't lose this. This is the Snorlax we've been waiting for, that we deserve. I'm gonna, like, again. I'm gonna do his hand here. Okay. I'm really doing something with physics here. You understand? Marketable? Absolutely. He should not be showing those shoes. Yeah, exactly. OnlyFans would be the leg up. Hey, depending on what country you're from. I so did not want that mental image in the head, so thanks, Bonnie. Anytime. Secrets of the Jungle movie? I just think Zarude is such a whack. It's supposed to be Zamazenta, Zacian, and Zarude. And I'm like, okay, well, two of y'all are wolves. Why is the next one a random monkey? And we already have a monkey in the Gen 2. His mouth don't look like he should be snoring much? Huh? He's been talking ASMR voice? Don't do that. That's going to be my next big capital venture. Oh, that is cute. But see, there's a lot of negative... Do we like this, chat? Can I maybe move the legs back? Otherwise, I would not be opposed to finding a new... See, it feels even weirder if I lift the leg up and it's like, hey, yo, Brody, what do you... I mean, this is kind of cute. Where, like, I'm using, again, this negative space. What do y'all think? Should I just do it like this? Where... His face is... I know, right? Snorlax's face is so cute. Although, actually, I should be... Let's do... We gotta think of physics. Oh, yeah, chat. So I started looking into master's degrees and everything. I gotta get 3 letters of recommendation. Yo, I just sounded like Ash from Generation 1 anime. Try a new pose. I think so too. Play around with it since you're not too sad. That's absolutely right. It's just weird because that naming convention connects it. You want to use the belly space? You could put a Pokemon under him like he's being crushed. You're evil! That's not a bad idea. It could be yet another Easter egg. Who could we crush? Wait, this is even more OnlyFans territory. Crushing? There, I know for a fact there's a thing with like chunky characters crushing people. Danny just outed herself. That's where she gets her money from, doing that kind of art. I support you, boo. Don't worry. You just gotta, get me the same clients. Um, but I want to say that Red crushed her. No, what the hell? No, that makes no sense. I don't want to do that. That's mean. Let's do. On it. Wait, hold on. I kind of like this now. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Am I overthinking it or not? I mean, Danny's right. Hey, nah, absolutely not. You guys, that's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. That's what y'all into. No problem. All right, no problem. I'm gonna. You know what? So I'll do this. I am going to. We gotta fit this space well. I could do. All right, let's see. So we're gonna use all this negative space. I'm gonna put Snorlax's hand here, so he's waving. How do we now do this? Tay, you will never know. Uh, Snorlax anime. Let's look him up for reference. Um, okay. So I can have him like this. We'll put the leg like that. I'm just sketching this out, okay? So I'm not like being accurate with it. We got. I mean, this is kind of a classic Snorlax pose. It's a little boring, admittedly. Okay? Do we like the previous one? Where he's like showing his booty and his feet? Or like the classic. And at the end of the day, he is anchored. Make it mouth opened about it, the old Amber. Make a yawn stretch. That is cute. But if it would be cute if he was posed like he was about to fall on his back, like he was on his side, but gravity is about to give in. Animation where Snorlax, I know, and it's crazy because I have that poster. I swear to you, I made that poster with him holding the Cubone and everything. So, I'd like to think that means I'm on the radar somehow of the Pokemon Company. It was a beautiful short. This is the classic Snorlax, but it's pretty boring. All right, let's do. You know what? Low key. And I didn't delete it. Oh shit. I actually don't mind this. Maybe what we can do, chat, just to fill up all this negative space, maybe we could put something on his belly. Oh. He should do the classic pose, but the opposite direction with his head in the front. So he'd be on the floor like this. Maybe watch him. I think so. Playing baseball in the sun. Hell yeah, that's fire. What if his head was in the foreground, pose with his head hanging? He's a chunky boy for sure. He's like me. But here's the thing. Why don't I do this? There's a lot of negative space. What if I brought down Snorlax's arm and we use yet another item from Gen 1? Chat. When we're scared, because, my issue is there's going to be a lot of negative space. But I've got an idea. What if, when we're scared as children and, we have stuffed animals. Well, the Clefairy doll is yet another product of Generation 1. So what if I use the Clefairy doll as a kind of like sleeping partner? Oh, the leftovers, but items wasn't a thing then, so I don't want to do that. I'm gonna kind of like work within the means of like retcon Gen 1 and all that, you know? Um, but what if I have the Clefairy doll, you know, hanging like this? Or maybe like he's holding it right here. That could be really cute. Because you know what? I do like this pose. I do. And I'm tired of pretending like I don't. Polka doll? Polka flute. That's true. I could put the polka flute nearby maybe, but I think I'd rather do... That is cute. I think we solved it, chat. As its arms like a teddy bear while he's sleeping. That's exactly what I'm pitching. So let's go ahead and see if that works. And you know what? Maybe what I could do is I could put like a little bubble there, like he's sleeping. And I'm gonna look up the polka doll. Any other Easter eggs from Gen 1 specifically, chat? Polka doll Gen 1. Okay, yeah. So it's basically kind of like a Clefairy. It's like a cute little Clefairy. So I'm gonna do. Oh my god! It looks like a Squishmallow. Yeah, he would never use. He would never use the polka flute. He'd want us to keep sleeping. Why do you think he's so angry when we use it? He's like, "Why'd you wake me up?" Yo, I want a Squishmallow. And now I see Pokemon got it. I like covering its face because it's like, it makes it a little more ambiguous. And you're like, if you know, you know. You know? I'm gonna go eat her, but okay, what are we having for dinner? Throw tomatoes if he doesn't. And Danny does throw emojis at me. That is true. The Sylph Scope. Okay, that's an item. I want to lean less into, for example, while it's true I do have some items, right? For example, one such item, or two, or three, are the Old Amber, and the Helix and Dome fossils, right? But that's because like Pokemon come directly out of them. In a way, Silphscope does too, because we kind of learned that it's a Marowak. So maybe there is room, you never know, Squirrel, for a Silphscope near the Marowak space, but I did fill it out, so it's not like it's lacking there, you know? But any other like Pokemon adjacent kind of substitute doll, right? Clefairy doll, the ghost. Oh, that's so cute. I'm so glad I stuck to this. Even though I wasn't feeling it in the beginning. And you know what? Danny was right. She's like, if you're not feeling, just experiment. I experimented once and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I want to go back to this. So. Okay. Done. Snorlax is done. So that's Pokemon number 3 for the day. Mark that in the chat for me. Please. 3. Number 3. Okay, so there goes Snorlax. like the bubble. All right, let's look up Old Amber. This, again, this is new to... So you know what? Let me mark this at the top for the Easter eggs, right? We have Togepi Egg, Mimikyu, Substitute Doll, OG Ghost, Missing No, Polka Doll. All right, nice. Let's do... Oh, Old Amber is very easy to draw. So it's funny because the more simplified art has like a more generic kind of blobbity blob inside. But in the Generation 1, it straight up had a mosquito, which is a straight up animal, right? An insect. Clear reference to Jurassic Park. I guess maybe they removed the mosquito because do we want to say animals lived in this world, or was that a Pokemon? Right? So I'll do like a more generalized, you know, we'll make it look like Amber, but incredibly sad. Cubone looking into the oscilloscope. No, too sad. Stretch, please. Let's do stretch. We'll stretch every 3, right? And I want you guys as well. What if you do the Old Amber, but inside has the face of Aerodactyl? No, it's too small. The Amber is like this big. I'm making it a little bigger, sure. Oh, you know how I can do it? This will give me a chance to kind of cheese and because you know, a face of an Aerodactyl would have to be a skull, and it would mean that a whole giant pterodactyl got stuck in some honey, and that sounds impossible. They put up a straight up mongoose in the anime. That's true, but that was back. That's why it tracks for artwork from Gen 1, the mongoose. That was back when they didn't really have this like fully fleshed out concept and world, right? Top-Top's looking pretty slick. Thank you. He does look mad cool. You can see that he's pretty much got the same kind of, you know, look there, and I thought he looked pretty cool there. But yeah, what's cool is a lot of the art gets to be a little bigger, and just obviously more defined, you know. I hope that word means what I think. Maybe I meant sick pose. Slick is fine too. Damn it, Rec. That's actually... I don't love puns a lot, but that's actually pretty good. All right, I'll give it to you this time. For a second, I'm like... I think that probably went over a lot of people's heads. And that's how you know it's kind of good. The error for kids where they're like, we have no plan for dubbing. Yeah, exactly. And it's not so much do whatever. They just went with their gut, right? It's a matter of... So you see what I'm doing is like these rocks, and then I'll do another rock here, and I'll have like the Old Amber stuck into this boulder. You know? That way it lets me fill up all these spaces. We'll go ahead and keep... So the Old Amber will be like right here. And the rest of the rock will be kind of like a simple regular rock. So the Old Amber will stand out even more. So it'll look something like this, where it's got some sort of genetic material in the middle. It'll have the sheen. So that's the Old Amber. Okay. Let's do... I'm going to do Omastar next, who came out a little funky there. But, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make... You know what? Actually, before we do that, let's do um the dome fossil right here in this thing. Um, I'm going to look that up. I can't. Obviously, helix fossil is very easy to imagine. It's ammonite, but the dome fossil, I'm trying to picture what it looks like in my head. And yeah, okay, it looks exactly. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It basically looks like an isopod type of thing. I mean, yeah, essentially kabutops. So let's do underground sprite. Looks really cool. Um, I'm going to do, yeah, it'll look something like this. Because it's supposed to look like Kabutop's or Kabuto's shell. So you see how it's like on this shelf of a rock, kind of like baked in. Even in Zotempo, I did a nod to this, which again is also a nod to, of course, Jurassic Park and such. Okay. Dome fossil complete. Pretty easy. Like I said, I don't know. I feel like this run of illustrations will be a lot more easier than the top half. The top half is so congested in a really cool way, but that means I had to be just so much more careful. Not careful, but like conscious. This, there are like larger Pokemon here, but there isn't nearly as many. So if I am able to get a whole bunch done today, I do believe I think I could finish this on stream tomorrow if I am streaming. How did you feel after the Indigo League? The same spirit that Ash threw a rock in Evolved and still had the grudge? Awesome. I love that continuity. Mo writes, hey Bon, how you like How to Train Your Dragon? Abso-freaking-lutely. I did not get it off the dome, sadly. Second best fossil in all Pokemon? Which is? What are we working on, chat? Welcome in, Alex. And what's up? Ali still on the grind. Absolutely. Um, Alex, I did post, and I think I saw the reaction, so I think you did see it. I did post. Alex had given me the okay to redesign her Sharknatus design. I have another 3 redesigns I have to do based off our Discord members. They know who they are. Since I'm not going to be putting out videos as much, I'll probably redesign them on stream. But it'll take some time since we're on the grind doing this, right? Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to count the fossils and the amber as done as well. So that's 5 done so far. Basically, how they wrote Alola for Ash is like the second home to him and Kukui. And Burnett are parent. That's so cute. That's stinking cute. I did see it, Mo. Mo, I actually reacted to it yesterday because I think someone mentioned it. Also, we're going to jump into Omastar now. I am very excited for the live action. Well, I don't say very excited, but I'll watch it. So I think anyone who wants to hate on live action or CGI and animation, just watch it. If it's bad after you watch it, fine. But like, you don't have to give your opinion if you don't like it. You're not special. And I'll say this. People are like, "How is it live action if the dragon is animated?" And I'm like, just stop with this, like the specifics and shit. It's just I swear though that the music for that franchise and series is incredible. So live action or not, that music picking up at the end of the trailer, the classic theme, I shit you not, like I had tears forming, or like my eyes were like starting to water. It's so good. It's so iconic. Okay, I'm looking up references to Omastar, and there really isn't a lot. like it's not the most popular Pokemon. He kind of like falls into the cracks. Things like Twitch plays Pokemon naturally made him more interesting and exciting and stuff, which is really cool. But um, okay, I think this is what I'm going to do. I can squeeze his shell all the way inwards to here, actually. So let's go ahead and we'll do that rather than having his oh, perfect, and then I could just do that. We live in an era where as an artist, everyone's a critic. So everyone is absolutely entitled to their opinion. But we're all so connected, and like the internet echo chamber after a while is just like I'm over it, you know? Professor Burnett's the only Pokemon character shown to be pregnant and be married. Wait, she has a kid coming? That's cute. Opinions? Where? Yeah, exactly right. Old Team Rocket doesn't blast off in Alola. They got to be where they break the laws of physics just to go get them when they're defeated. If not, cut them off during battle. I don't really get that. I don't have anything against live action remakes any more than I do with reboots and remakes in general, but Disney's live action remakes specifically, they haven't been amazing, sure. But yeah, admittedly with Disney's, there's like a little bit of a track record that's not landing. And the thing is, people like, I guess I'm just tired of like the discourse, right? Where they're like, what doesn't Disney understand? We don't like these live action remakes. And I'm like, on one hand, I'm, a student of animation. I always love animation. Live action or not, it's jobs for artists, right? I think that's so important to me and like the friends I know who are in industry and in industry I'm trying to, break into myself, having, like adjacent kind of work, but not necessarily in industry, but in animation. But the next thing is it's just like conversation that doesn't really get anywhere, meaning they'll be like, I don't get it. Why do they keep doing this? And I'm like, I don't know. Yell instead at the people who are buying these tickets. No one's forcing anyone to go to these live action remakes, but they make so much money. And this goes into the fact chat that when it comes to remakes and such, even people who hate watch trailers and then go to the movie theater to be like, I'm here to see if it's bad. Escaflow Song, thank you for the subscription. Welcome in, welcome in. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like over the discourse of this kind of stuff on the internet, Internet's gonna internet. And then also there's just a thing where people just decide on things before giving anything a chance. As Alex has pointed out, this is DreamWorks. Maybe the quality will be a little better. Maybe it'll resonate better. Maybe it'll be better all along. Whatever it might be. I've said this before. You guys, for some reason, you guys will ask all the time, like questions like, Bonnie, which is the Pokemon you hate the most? Or which is the thing you hate? And da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I am a hater, absolutely, in my heart of hearts. I'm not trying to be. So I want to live in a world where we're more positive. Is that feasible? I don't want to say yes or no. By answering that and saying a negative answer, then I'm not being positive. So if I can steer conversation and discourse into even like, let's just wait and see until the movie comes out to make a judgment, aka what we should always be doing anyway, be it between movies or anime or this and games, But a kid was conceived and born and Ash was still somehow 10. Wait, so they do have an actual kid? That's so cute. Um, I'm not gonna hate to hate. I'd just rather see new original. Exactly. Um, but let's see. I meant to add beware in that sentence. Hello, Draco Draco. I didn't miss Aerodactyl. Not yet, my friend. Not yet. Um, I mean, if the remakes make money, they make money. I just hope they didn't take the place of folks trying to tell new original stories through Disney. Yeah, and that in itself is this whole monolith, right? Um, but yeah, exactly. So when people are like, "Oh, the live action Lion King isn't live action," absolutely right. It's animation, and artists are getting jobs because of it, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Um, the unfortunate truth, chat, for anyone who wants to get into animation, right? I'm potentially going back for my master's. At the end of the day, all right, Almost Star is done. Um, Actually, I guess I could bring out like these kind of tentacles and stuff. It'll just allow me to fill out again more space. Um, I believe what, and I think this is why this discourse kind of upsets me. People will be like, man, they don't make music like they used to. Every generation says that. All right. My generation says it now. The generation before said that. And you go back down the list, right? With jazz and rock and roll and every genre in under the sun. It'll come out and people are like, what the hell is this? They don't make music. At the end of the day, if you find it, it's there. A lot of new shit does come out, and guess what? No one supports it, right? Maybe, maybe people who are in the, again, industry and, fans of animation and whatnot. But those things will come out. People don't watch it. It makes it hard for future projects to be greenlit, you know? Because they're like, all right, we gave this guy a chance, you know? Here's a story by someone who may not normally get a chance to say a story. But like, do the people actually go and check it out and support it? Most of the time, not really. And so what Ali says is this kind of heartbreaking thing. Because, for example, there is a weird sect of racist, I'm just going to say it. I would debate you about this if you disagree, but I just don't even want to hear it. I'm sick of it. There's a thing where people are like, Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man. You can see on the cover of his book, it says Spider-Man. You can ring up the item, his comic book, at a comic book store, and in the inventory, when they punch it up, it doesn't say random young, half black, half Puerto Rican kid superhero. It'll ring up as Spider-Man issue whatever. And what ends up having to happen, I understand the context of a lot of people saying like, oh, I wish Miles could have been his own superhero, blah, 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 blah. Marvel and many different companies have done that. And even giant companies like them can't market enough without tethering these characters to legacy characters, right? Many characters of color in these kind of spaces, they end up what? Being tethered to a legacy character, and that's the only way to get traction, right? Kamala Khan, right? Miss Marvel, Amadeus Cho, the Hulk, Spider-Man, for example. So it sucks where, a lot of times people want to do stories, but like people don't show up. And I brought up the music thing earlier because, for example, when you have something like all this music on Spotify, but we ourselves look at the same music over and over, I promise you, if you look, you're going to find awesome new artists who love the craft, who love people are like, oh, it's all pop music, it's all this, it's all that. Yeah, if you turn on the radio, because pop music sells and that doesn't make it bad, there's a whole section of people who like it. So what? Let people like things, you know? Um, and yeah, ultimately, same goes for comics, animations. There was this really freaking cool show by an African showrunner, and no one saw it. And it was on Disney Plus, right? Which is this massive um, platform, right? So if like Disney and Marvel can't get people to check this stuff out, like what hope is there for a lot of other unique properties, you know? Um, okay. Anyway, let me read what you guys are saying. Sorry, I got a little impassioned there. Um, I watched someone say on stream they're tired of the echo chamber, overall negativity on Twitch. Yeah, that's what the internet algorithm is, right? It's meant to be an echo chamber because that's what an algorithm is, right? If there's something that you dislike, you can choose not to watch it, and then you live in your world. So if you're like, if you see woke things, which like already, I know if certain people use the word woke, I know their angle and their spin, and I'm going to ignore that because I know what woke means, and they're trying to make it something not that it's not. Same with like DEI hires and fucking insane shit like that. So it's so tricky being on the internet where with music, manga, anime, games, film, TV shows, everything is at our disposal, yet we don't take the time to actually check things out. We'll say things instead, oh, there's nothing to watch. Right? How many times have we done that? And meanwhile, you're sitting on a dropout subscription, a Netflix, Hulu, this and that, right? Chalk it up to maybe decision fatigue. There's a million awesome new things. How do you keep up with what? Which is going to be in the cultural zeitgeist longer? So, live action Little Mermaid gets point for having new songs. I did not know it had new songs. We love to kvetch. What does kvetch mean? Live action Lion King prequel is an original musical. So that is interesting. I think there are ways to do that, you know? Art is a challenge of ego, says Cyber Genre. It's only natural. I have definitely have my moments too. The kid's like Ash's younger sibling? Not like a year old, bro. Another Disney project that got critical discourse was Wish because fans were saying they shouldn't have been CG. It should have been back to, but see, no one watched it. Did they really not watch it because it was CG? Was it for marketing? Was it the animation, or rather, excuse me, lack of word of mouth? Um, I bet you if Wish was 2D drawn, it would still not have moved in the same way that it moved right now. Guaranteed. Um, they do make music like they used to, but it's just buried under a sea. See, even that's not true though. You have to curate your spaces, right? Like when I get into Spotify, I have my indie spaces and whatnot. You know, baloney music, whatever that means. It's obviously whatever's popular comes to the top. I do think pop music as a whole has like really elevated itself very recently. But again, there's going to be good and there's going to be bad pop music. There's going to be good indie music and then there's going to be bad, right? Um, the remakes so far haven't done anything different or interesting. And this is a world where it's um, largely a can't, like, damned if you do, damned if you try. You know? Promise you. that if they went in one direction, oh, they changed it too much. And then they go the other way, oh man, it's exactly the same. You're never gonna win, right? Um, the whole point of the Spider-Verse movies is that anyone can be Spider-Man, anyone can be a hero. They've made multiple what-if stories where Miles Morales became different Marvel superheroes. That's cool. I think the thing with Miles in particular is that he was conceptualized as Spider-Man first, since his first outing. Um, Iwaju, it might have been Iwaju. Also, some of these shows happen. I feel like I never saw an ad for that. That is true. A lot of, a lot of people, studios, companies, they'll like claim to be a source to help, maybe marginalized people within animation or filmmaking. And what ends up happening is they'll greenlight their projects, but then they won't do jack shit. Like, as in, like, we did the bare minimum for our part in, like, trying to do representation, but we're not going to spend all this money on advertising. And then a lot of shows come out to sick and die. Ooh, I've been sitting here chatting so long that I haven't been illustrating. Let's illustrate. Okay, we'll do the dome fossil right here. Because we did no, excuse me, the helix fossil. And then we'll do Aerodactyl. Actually, I can size it up as needed, or size it down rather. Kvetch means to want. Oh my god, what is that? I've never heard that in my life. A lot of music designed for like chant for social destruction, so I get the hate. Everyone loved the trance music in the early 2000s. DJ Sammy Heaven. Writing isn't great for Wish. Scyther deserves a more dynamic pose, probably right. I think Scyther deserves a raise. Damn right. Yeah, my Scyther in the first one, chat. Let's look at it. He looks so dumb. Barrier looks really cool. So I'm gonna do something like that again. See, this woman is doing some sort of serving, of some sort of slaying of sorts. This man is grumpy. There are certain stylized elements that I do like. Like, I like the way I did Dragonair here. Gyarados will be really cool. Mewtwo looks so sick. I put these guys all together because I'm like a little cannon with like Ditto, Porygon, Mew, Mewtwo. Well, we already know Mew and Mewtwo, but okay. Let's do this. Like I said, the bottom half is not going to be as crazy. Let's do it. Let's get down to business and defeat the Huns. Helix Shell. No, it's called Helix Fossil. This is pretty easy to draw. Isn't drawing so crazy? You're like, I want to draw the thing, and then you just do it. It just comes on the screen. Let's do... Yo. Forbidden Croissant? Confirmed? Forbidden Croissant. So we have Forbidden Croissant and... I don't know what this is. This is the dome fossil, but... Forbidden Toilet Cover. I do wonder evolution of Scyther could have normally, without the need. I wonder, maybe he's not meant to. There are a lot of single stage Pokemon. So maybe it was necessary to make it happen. Otherwise, I'd give that boy a prequel. A Prevo would look cool. That old Sides looks offended by something. Like, ugh. Brother, ugh. The Wish songwriters were pop stars as opposed to musical. Interesting. A man out of you, of course. The missing no, yeah, and it's weird, like the old missing no that I had, for some reason I didn't anchor it hard into the corner. So that's something I'll be doing over here. So how many do we have now, chat? Counting all these little items. I'm gonna do Aerodactyl now. I think Mulan is like my favorite Disney movie. One of them. That, like, Lion King is classic, sure. But like Lilo and Stitch, Mulan, like those are some of the stuff like I grew up watching. Aladdin as well. Aladdin, like, and this is the thing about representation, chat. You can see my skin tone. It's pretty caramel, it's pretty brown. I watched Aladdin and I was like, oh, he kind of looks like that world looks like us. I knew it was in America, right? As a kid. And, you know, having something like that at a young age is cool. You know? That's why it's like a little heartbreak. Not a little. It's very heartbreaking to see things like, oh, this is DEI, this is woke. And it's like, you mean they're making things that like people can relate to because they had the audacity to be born in a culture or a skin tone that like is unfamiliar to you? You know, like, it's just really sad. It's sad to me because it should be a non-issue. And it feels like as a society we've kind of like regressed more than we've moved forward, which is crazy because we should be more educated than ever, right? Like, especially in the US where we're like a cult, like a melting pot. How is this possible? It's definitely upsetting. Uh-oh, we're getting too deep. Not on this Pokemon stream. Encanto is the best. Yo, so I was saying, Encanto, I mentioned this because I think I had talked about it, that I'd seen it some time ago. That made me like legitimately cry. And I don't think up until that moment I really cried at anything for a minute. So when it made me cry, it was, it really, oh my flippin' goodness. You know what made me like lose it? Coco. I think, so over here, Encanto was a modern masterpiece. I think Coco is a modern masterpiece. The music in it is amazing. The visuals are just gorgeous. It has that classic Disney like villainry where you're like, oh, dang, okay, like the bad guys like that? That's crazy. Okay, I think Aerodactyl looks pretty cool. He seriously is Charizard's ancestor. I don't care what anyone thinks. It makes sense. Before Charizard was a fire type or anything, it was this kind of flying creature. And then eventually he got fire powers. For reasons. God forgive me for my sins. You have to. Yeah, no spoilers, but I'm not sure I've ever cried at a movie. Wait, how are you gonna cry at games and not movies? I call it cap. Which game? I'm curious. And which is the closest you've gotten to crying at a movie? I'm curious. Okay, how do I do this pose? Let's do... Okay, there's going to be some space I can do. Crap. Okay, so hold on. Actually, yeah, wait. This could work. So I'm going to do the substitute doll can be like right here. Maybe we start the Vaporeons a little early. Um, because I need to fit Aerodactyl. He's got these big wings, you know? Let's see if I can fit his claws like up here. I mean, something like this looks pretty cool. I could have his tail. He's got like this kind of devil tail. Become like this. All right, wait, this kind of works. Okay, yeah, that kind of works for me. What do you guys think? Does that work? There's this kind of like gray cusp here. Artificial intelligence made me cry in the beginning. That kid was good. Oh, was that the Haley Joel Osment movie? I don't think I've ever seen that. Inside Out 2. I gotta see that. I haven't seen it yet. Which games have thou stretched? We'll stretch now. Um, which games made you cry though? Final Fantasy. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I think I shed. Which games made me cry? I know it's perspective. Yeah. It's definitely perspective. Yeah, it's definitely perspective. He does have a long head though. He really does. Let me see if I could maybe bring the head. Yeah, if I do something like that. Um that way I can kind of have like the neck out. Oh yeah, this looks way better. And then let's extend. Danny, what did you have for dinner? I've been dying to know. And we'll have, oh, perfect. Look at this. We'll have the tail like that. Yeah, feel free to let me know things like, oh, I know the head might be like this. And then I can like look it over and say, oh, actually, maybe I could make it a little smaller. And, who knows what comes out of it. So always feel free to like let me know what you guys think. Um, I won't be offended most of the time. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, it's all about communication. As long as you say it in a nice way, of course. Charizard's ancestor, bro. I'm telling you. The body is. Wait, that's not how its legs should be? I leave and come back for another stretch? Good gravy. Now I kind of want to do something like this. Choosing poses based on what's most fun and convenient to fill up the space is nice. It is. It is very hard. It's not for the weak. Um, Again, I'm making progress with this piece because I have a base that I made a long time ago, but like that also took forever at that time frame. You know? Um These kind of pieces exist though. Like this kind of like very Where's Waldo-y kind of piece, you know? Dang, how does this work? Because the body's like this. So maybe you really can't see the legs. Okay. I think, yeah, it's got to be like back there like that. Um, a lot of visual novels. Okay, makes sense. There's only 3 instances where I've crowded media. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Seen My Hero. Student film, that was about a heavy subject. A student film. Um, Interesting. Haven't played those except Life is Strange. I have heard good things about Life is Strange. Um, Sable's Grimoires, one of those random Steam games. Are so cute and cool. Thank you, Andy. And hello, Rosa. Welcome in, both of you. Welcome in, welcome in. Um, let's see over here. I think from that angle, only one of the legs should be visible. Yeah, I'm being cheesy. I'm trying to fill out the space arbitrarily. It'll probably be... It could be something like this. I'll have like the foot kind of hooked back like that. And, you know, don't forget, I am live sketching this, so like trying to find the pose and the exact thing isn't going to be perfect. So I appreciate the kind of secondary look at things. Right. Okay. Aerodactyl is just about complete. Okay, there's gonna be big heavy hitters over here. Bottom jaw seems to be annoying. In what way? I got 2 shinies and 2 destiny marks? What's the destiny mark? This section is going to be hard with Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. You know? I could do this thing with Articuno's tail. Do I want to do Articuno now? Nah, I don't think I do. I'm going to get rid of the sleeping bubble thing. They're legendary, so I don't mind if they take a little more space. Articuno's by far my favorite, with Zapdos second, and like Moltres as a fire type somehow was the like deliriously undercooked. Okay. This is looking good here. Okay, we're making good progress there. We need to fill out Drowsy right here. Drowsy. Mark, you can only get on your birthday. Any Pokemon that has the Destiny Mark has the title of Chosen One, but how do you get the Destiny Mark on your birthday? Got a book I ordered about the history of comic books. I know I had an idea for sure that'll come in handy for. Nice. Looks crooked and slightly too big for its top jaw. Well, yeah, I did purposely, you know, kind of let it be a little more stylized, like kind of what is it, overbite? Or when the bottom half underbite? Let me look at Aerodactyl, because I could have sworn it had an underbite. Or does it actually... Oh, well, I guess it does close correctly. And, well, it looks like it has an underbite. Okay, it might not. It might not, actually. But then again, I'm doing like stuff with perspective. Let's maybe tame it just a little bit. Honestly, I like it. I do like it like this, though. I think it gives character. The curvature is wrong. Other thing is also, down the line, I'm going to flip this when I put the colors in. And then, like, restructure some lines and stuff. So, that'll be stuff I can fix up when flipping, you know? That looks pretty good. And then it's Megadoes. My favorite rubber chicken Moltres. It's so crazy what a glow up Moltres had for the modern day. With Malisace. You got to check every Pokemon until you see it marked, and hopefully it has a destiny mark. So it's just random thing that's assigned. Also, the mark charm has increased the chance of Pokemon having a mark. I did. I had gotten a Charizard immersive card very early on, which was very lucky. But I really haven't pulled a lot of other... Actually, well, today I got... I'll post it in the Discord for you guys. I got this card today. Let's see. It is not updated here. Oh, because the iCloud storage. It was... I don't want to pull up my photos. So I'll share it later. But I did get a cool pull today. Finally, like something new. But like, I've been definitely getting stale kind of pulls. So that's because I'm still on the Mewtwo track. Maybe I should just jump to other packs just to kind of refresh it a little bit, you know? I must... Oh, wait. All right, take care, Ollie. I've never had spam. I did. I did have real dinner. Thank you, thank you. I did. I appreciate it, Ollie. Enjoy your meal. Marks didn't even start until Sword and Shield. I feel like I recall it, but Ultra's EX Full Art is my rarest? Okay. Aerodactyl is so messy. We're going to have to clean him up at a later time. I'm going to just give him a little more bounce here. Okay. Let's do Drowsy. Where the hell? How are we going to fit Mr. Mime in this space? Maybe I could put Mime's hands, like, right here. And then maybe Mr. Mime's head could be kind of, like, tilted like this. I'm like, let's draw Drowsy, and then immediately... Maybe I can have, like, a barrier right here. That's actually pretty cool. We definitely need to give Scyther um we definitely need to give Scyther a cool pose. He's certainly suffering from a dumb pose right now. Or not dumb, but like very uninspired pose. I'm down to less than 20 for all decks. I wonder how late they're going to introduce trading. Yeah, I'm wondering. Um, in a Tai Chi pose because it was doing it in Journeys. Did you see what I posted about Secret Level? Yeah, that was the new show that's coming out, right? By the Ruckies. Ruckies. Oh my god, why did I say Ruckies? What does that even mean? It's by the Love Danger Robot thingy, right? Got full art as my first card. It's from the Wonder Pick? Nice. I think everyone, not to burst your bubble, I believe everyone gets that. So they kind of feel excited. I think it's a kind of I got one, my brother got one, like nearly every person I've talked to. Um I believe the very first Wonder Pick they kind of do just to like get you excited about like, oh, this is like the level of excitement you can have in the future. Okay. let's work on Drowsy immediately. So okay, I'm gonna look up Scyther real quick. Because the Scyther pose is suffering. Love, Death, Robots. Yes. Yeah, I got Bulbasaur full art as well. But I think somebody else got. Is it like you, the Kanto 3? Okay. Um, what kind of pose can I give Scyther? It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to fit the space. So what if I? Okay. So looking at Scyther's claw, so we'll do one claw like this, right? And then maybe Scyther, its head looks like that. Oh, perfect. And then I could do the wings like this. And then here's the headpiece. Here's the abdomen. Leg. Oh, hell yeah. That's freaking badass. I mean, it's not the most craziest, but like, again, I have to fit it in this space. And it certainly looks cooler than the one I had before. Okay, let's do Drowsy. I gotta watch season 2 of um of that show, Love, Death, and Robots. I really enjoyed the first one, but like I think as an anthology, it kind of, from what I heard, it really kind of um it really starts to find its own in part 2. Have you guys seen it? Charmander? Yeah, I have a feeling they probably does something like that. Journeys mostly takes place in Vermilion City. Yeah, that is interesting where they ended up choosing not to do like a Galler heavy kind of thing and like leaned more international. So I don't think Galler really got its due per se, right? Um, for better or for worse. What do you guys think? Did you guys want to see more Galler? Do you like that it was, you know, something like that where um more international? It felt like more like a celebration of the show. All right, so there goes Drowsy. You my bro watched it? Nice. Those dang closeted Pokemons? I only need 6 more Kanto. Wow. Wow. It was a weird anthology, but it was like watching a bunch of college films. Yeah. And I think like that's why I like stuff like The Matrix has a famous anthology called The Animatrix, where there's like some funky stuff in there. I love things like that. Star Wars Visions, which is getting a season 3. I love stuff like that. It just gives you such a unique perspective about a world you love. Um, and I quite love that, truly. You know what, Chad? I think I'm going to go side by side. I was originally going to start on this side, but I'm going to continue onwards. Hypno. Use all the gimmicks during the one time? They probably don't want to do trading because people like you are able to finish up and they want you to keep playing. So if you get trading, you'll finish up, you won't be logging in as much. So they probably want to like let it sit a bit and you know, people will end up buying the cards. Like it's a business after all, right? And I'll say this as someone who, also plays a lot of free to play games. It is important to at some point, depending on how much time you put into the game, it's never a bad thing to spend money. If it brings you and like joy, it's always worth it. Now, there's a difference in matter of principle where it's like, oh, they're purposely gouging you and forcing you to do this, that, or the other to like stay competitive. But it's kind of just a nice way to say like thank you to the developers. Um, but otherwise, always look out for yourself. A lot of these games are meant to be predatory. So you just have to be very careful. Especially like younger kids who, didn't have games the way we do. And like, a lot of games now are free to play just because they know that once you kind of get into a game, you guys ever heard of the sunk cost fallacy? The idea is simple, where it's like you will be more inclined to spend money on a game the more time you've invested into it. And it makes sense, right? Where you're like, oh, well, I've already spent 100 hours in this game. If I buy DLC, that's me supporting the developers or like a skin or whatever. I've put a lot of time into here. And so therefore, why did I make Hypno like cooler than he actually is? Especially with this pose. Yeah, you're just gonna be more inclined because you're thinking like, I've already invested so much. Like, why not like put a little more into it? So there are certain games that I play that if multiplayer and stuff, and Um, yeah, I'll absolutely be more inclined to spend money on those kind of games, especially if I'm playing with friends and stuff, and like it's going to be something that um we play together. I watched it. One of the episodes really cool. You'll know when you see it. It stands out to me because of how beautiful it was. See, Andy, you say that, but I bet you it's very hard. It'll be hard to say which one because everyone's opinions are so different. And I bet you maybe I might find a show like a show or episode that's beautiful that resonates to me in a way that's beautiful compared to another person. You know? It's kind of funny that trading isn't implemented to a game based on a trading card game. Well, like I said, it's coming, but they're doing this the financially coming soon trading. You know, all the tournaments basically limits you to use one gimmick per battle. The exhibition battle where he just says don't do none of this. Actually, think buying the bundles that come with a special item gold due to them only refreshing each 100 days. Meaning that if I only spend money that way, yeah, that's true. There's some achievements that I really want to accomplish without spending any money. Yeah, whatever's rewarding to you, right? I feel like I'm missing out on some amazing shows because I don't have a computer right now and also don't have a subscription to a streaming TV app. I mean, you have a phone, right, Tay? Everything is usually on the phone as well. So if it's something that you feel like you're missing out on, go ahead and get an app like Netflix or whatever else, Crunchyroll on your phone, and you can keep up to date. You know, the ease of entry, you know, you don't need to have a TV, you don't need to have an expensive computer. You know, most people have phones. So if you feel like you're missing out and want to, you know, see what's going on, download it on your phone and you can catch up with the rest of them, you know? Um, in general, it's just good business practice. Like you'll see this with like companies like Riot and whatnot with these gaming companies. They go out of their way to make sure their games can be optimized on like a potato, right? Because once again, the idea is they want you in through the door, right? They want you inside League of Legends, and then you play League of Legends for a while. You put all this time in it, and then you buy a skin, and you're like, well, I bought the skin. I want to like get the money's worth out of it, so I'll keep playing, you know, so on and so forth. Um, but because Hypno is fun, I hate Hypno. It's nasty and weird. That's why I kind of said it because I'm kind of mad I made him cool. Um, let's see here. Hello, Mr. Bonny John. After a long time without me appearing, welcome into. Good to see you. Good to see you. So the trend with main in-game rival doesn't show up until way late. Very heavily detailed. Love that too. It's one that stood out so much. I think I may know what you're talking about, Andy. Is it the one that's like hyper realistic with this one like it felt like a very East Asian robot, like hyper realistic art style? I gotta see it. Um, wow, why did I hit that well, the stretch so JoJo? I was like, also, I noticed it earlier. This blue doesn't look that good in person. Well, I don't say it doesn't look good, but like it looks very nice, the blue. To me, like I feel like I need the Saiyan armor, like Vegeta's Saiyan armor right over it, and it feels like I could be in the manga or like Dragon Ball Z. Suffer the hypno. Oh yeah, I am. Um, all right, hypno's done. Next up, Rhyhorn. You already know what kind of trivia I'm gonna give for Rhydon. So, Rhyhorn's Japanese name, Psyhorn, the Spikes Pokemon. Um, okay, Psyhorn, and then they were like Rhyhorn. Can't be mad at it. I gotta say, chat, I believe Rhyhorn is a severely underrated design. I love its design so much. To me, it has so much movement where, yeah, on one hand, you could argue it's like there is a lot happening with Rhyhorn's design. Absolutely. On the other hand, when you're like a kid and you see this design, you're like, okay, he looks freaking cool. And in fact, it's one of those kind of Pokemon where I really wish that Rhyhorn's design elements were more carried over into Rhydon. You know? Because that isn't the case. But it is crazy to me also that we haven't really gotten another Rhino Pokemon. I myself have made one. It's called, well, actually, I'll see if you guys know. You guys remember the name of my Rhino Pokemon? They're some of my most popular ones too. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now and it is incredibly detailed of a design. Just like many of the Pokemon, it could just be a product of its time where, you know, maybe the previous design evolution was scrapped. Maybe it was meant to be this design from the beginning, but, you know, translation as far as the design didn't really happen as expected because they worked backwards with the sprites and they're probably looking at the sprites and like, oh my god, this Rhydon or this Rhyhorn is like so crazy busy. Okay, how does this part work? So this comes like this. Yeah, there's like seriously so many moving parts to this design. It's actually crazy. Like, it is just so mechanical feeling. For better or for worse. You know? Alright, I am very pleased with how that came out for a first pass. Respectfully, I killed it. Let's bring him just a little bit, because even though, yeah, everything is smushed up, you still want to give, like, some space. Rhinoro. No, it was not. It was your Gold Mountain guy. That's true. It's not Rhinoro. Nobody look it up. I'm not going to let you guys look it up and then answer it. So if I don't get an answer very soon, I mean, I'm not expecting you guys to remember all my things, so don't feel bad. Rhyhorn is definitely the most dynamic rock type. Absolutely. Just like Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's, I say, I always come back. Rhyhorn Racing is a canon thing in Pokemon. Was it Rhyhorn in Alola that you could ride? I know you could ride a Mudsdale. I think that's for a specific section. But, alright. Now we move to Rhydon, the drill Pokemon. So from Psyhorn to Sidon, the Japanese name. I will also say, trivia time. Rhydon is one of the first Pokemon ever created. Yay! The fact that like everybody knows. Was created with a kaiju motif. Its design appears to draw inspiration from rhinoceros and some aspects of various dinosaurs. According to interviews with Ken Sugimori, Rhydon was one of the first Pokemon ever created. This is evidenced by early sketches of the Capsule Monster games concept featuring Rhydon, Lapras, and others. Moreover, Rhydon's index number is 001 in Generation 1. Since Rhydon's index number is 001 in Generation 1, a glitch Pokemon with an index number of 000, or that is greater than 152, will revert to Rhydon when its Pokedex entry is viewed. There you go. I feel the same about Rhydon going into Rhyperior. Like, Rhyperior sure has a drill theme, but they took out a lot of mantras. Yes, I have to agree, Axolotl. But it was Gen 6. Caleb Serena's mothers cannot. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, don't get me started on Rhyperior. Is absolutely a miss. I like, and this is a thing that I even do in Zotempo. Within reason, I like to, see designs where it does kind of throw you for a loop where you may not expect colors or design elements. Like, again, for Zotempo, I would always say my Zotempo are kind of like more based off of evolutions like Remoraid into Octillery, where, yeah, sure, a Remora evolving into an octopus, that's weird. Like, you're not thinking, like, that doesn't make sense, right? But we shouldn't be focusing so much on the chassis or the body type, but what the body type represents. Where Remoraid is supposed to be truly a revolver, but it's a water gun now, right? Which is fine. It's got like the barrel of a revolver on it. So it's like still low-key a revolver. And then it evolves into a cannon, right? With the mouth being the cannon. Like the tube? The neck of a cannon? I don't know. So it's like weapons evolving, right? Book update on a filler chapter because his book is those. Apparently, the horse got stolen. No! While you draw 151 Pokemon, I'm here rolling 151 nicknames so I can see which one I'm going to use on my secondary. I played Clash Royale for a little bit. And I liked it, but then I was like, okay, I got a little too much for me. Weird Sumo. Make it distinct from maybe. I don't think. I mean, who's to say? I don't know if Tyranitar was like the sole reason where they're like, we got to make it feel different. But let's be honest. I've said this before and I don't shy away from saying it. Gen 4, and to this day, right? We all know this. It's not a knock. But Kanto gets a lot of preferential treatment. It's kind of one of their constants, which is, again, understandable. It's fine. That said, that was one of the first instances where they were like, obviously, say Gen 1 gets its love in Gen 2, right? Because you got to evolve a number of Pokemon into Pokemon you meet in Kanto, right? AKA baby forms, Cleffa, a lot of those Pokemon, Pichu, Elekid, Magby, they all debut in Gen 2, connecting it to Gen 1. But with Gen 2, that's fine because it's as a whole meant to be connected anyway. Then Gen 3, had some distinction where it's not really tethered to Gen 1. Then Gen 4, they're like, okay, this is our chance again. We could do something with Kanto. I firmly believe all of those Pokemon had to be like rushed out or something. I need to get the information. All of them respectfully feel so half-baked. They don't feel cooked up at all. Like, they all fall flat to me. Tangrowth, Magmortar, Electivire, who else? I think one of the Toga, was it Toga Kiss as the final one? And that's a Gen 2 Pokemon, sure. I think Porygon Z or 2, Porygon Z. All of them fell flat to me. Back with a hamburger. Yo, I have never, I don't think I've had a casserole in my life. To this day, gun to my head, I don't know what a casserole is. So I'm not even sure exactly what a hamburger casserole is, but I want to eat it so bad. Now tell me, chat, is a casserole a lasagna type of thing? The Remoraid line is the most Digimon-like Pokemon in existence. Facts. It's not like these thieves are inhuman. Just the store somehow got stolen. I mean, it's possible. I mean, look, these are early stories. It's more than possible they forgot or they don't care. And now, you know, with things like this, where the previous stories infer the next generation of artists and so on and so forth, now we have continuity and whatnot. Probably because of books like JTTW. I can agree with the others, but I love Electivire. Yeah, it would be cool. Part type, part fighting. Again, if I were to ever do Dex Neo again, maybe I would focus on just fixing Pokemon that I thought were weak, and then like working on those. Because I feel like Electivire would be on the list. I really liked my Magmortar line that I was doing. With my Electivire, I loved it. But a lot of my Dex Neo Pokemon, I changed far more than I needed to, which would transform them into essentially Pokemon they weren't. And that was a huge reason why it kind of made me realize, like, whoa, here I am redesigning Pokemon, doing like stuff for them that, you know, essentially I'm editing their work, right? And that's my choice. I'm not saying they made me edit their crappy designs. No, I love Pokemon. But I was like, yo, I'm sure creating brand new Pokemon based on this stuff. What if I created my own stuff? And that's how like Zotempo was like, yeah, let's do it. Yo, chat, to this day, I've never had a sundae. I want a banana split as well. See, when I zoom out and try to line, it's so bad. Let's just zoom in and actually be precious with our motion. Another successful Pokemon, brother. How many down is that now? I mean, it's a bake test. Justin, I know that much. So that's where Toriyama got it from? Got what? Oh, Journey to the West. 100%. Lasagna has repeated layers. Casserole, I don't believe, has So is it just one? Bonnie, please tell me you had a parfait. I feel like maybe I have, but I think due to the fact that I don't know if I had a parfait means I probably have not had a parfait. I haven't had a lot of Western food, despite being born and raised here. You know? There's like certain restaurants that I want to go to that I haven't been to that are like American staples. For example, I've never been to, was it Sizzlers? I've never been to Friendlies, I think it's called. All right, we're looking pretty good, chat. Ride on the goat is done. Ride on a goat, dude. Ride on's a rhino, Deebs. Dude, freaking Deebs, dude. What the freak? Sizzlers is a rarity now. Damn it. I knew I should have had Sizzlers before. Is Sizzlers kind of like, what do you call that? Like Olive Garden and stuff like that? Yo, Deebs, nice icon, dog. What is that? I can't really tell what it is exactly. All right, let's count all the Pokemons we've did today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm counting Mr. Mime and Scyther. 12, 13, 14, 15. 15! I also counted the little objects, alright? Let's do Hitmonchan now. So do we know for sure if Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee are based on... The names are Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee? Is named after Jackie Chan. So then the name is also related to Tyrogue's other evolutions. Hitmonlee, yeah. Ebi Walar may be derived from the Japanese world champion boxer Hiroyuki Ebihara. It's me screaming post-hackening. Yeah, that shit fucking sucked. It's basically a buffet for cheap. Yo, sign me up. I haven't been to a because of this Uber Eats incident this last week. I had no food and I had no vehicle to leave the house. So I was like scrounging up nothing to eat, which is why I'm blessed to have like friends, you know. Shout out to my friend Lonnie. She came pick me up at like after stream. It was like 10:30 so we can eat McDonald's. She's like, I'm not letting you starve until tomorrow. But I've been eating so poorly. And like today I ate a little healthy. It was back outside cardio. Okay, so let's do Hitmonchan, who is one of those like humanoid Pokemon who, you know, I thought was really cool as a kid, but now I really look at him, and you know, after a while I was also able to see, and I'm like, he is straight up a human being. Like, I'm talking like skin tone's pretty human. You know, fine, he has no nose, sure, but like he's still like human body. Bro has straight up got shoes, shorts, a belt, and straight up boxing mitts. Like, it's too much. Alright? Chandler from Friends and Hitmonlee's Lee from Friends. Damn you, Alex. Hitmon bottom. No. Wholesome, hell yeah. Based on Toph, also from Friends. You know Toph from Friends. Was stolen and back. Well, glad you're unstolen. Yeah, it does look like he got a wooden face. He is cool. I do think Hitmonlee is underrated. I feel like more people like Chan. What do you guys think? Everyone on the count of 3. Tell me, who do you like better? Not, I'm not saying him on top. He's not in the poll. If you say his name, you get sent to the Shadow Realm. On the count of 3, tell me if you like Hitmonchan or Lee better. By writing Chan or Lee. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to draw Hitmonchan in the meantime. In my head, I'm perceiving Hitmonchan to be more popular. Simply because Hitmonlee's like whole Gossamer vibe like scares me a little bit. And yeah, he definitely has like Greco vibes as well. I mean, Hitmontop, I believe, has a Greco, you know. Lee the GOAT! Hitmonchan! I like Hitmonchan. Lee Chan, Lee! Wow! Hitmonlee Chan! So, yeah. It looks like... Wait, who's the winner? Crap, I could have just done a poll. Alright, let's count it. Hit, Lee. Hit, Lee. Wait, why am I saying hit? Chan, Lee. Chan, Lee. Chan, Lee. Lee. Chan. Lee is a Pokemon, Chan is a Lee is a Pokemon, Chan is a Pokemon. Huh? Saying it so much is crazy. Lee! I have no strong feelings. Chan Lee. Yumi Chan C. Also Lee. Hello, Mikey. Kappa Mikey! So Lee's the winner. And maybe it's because he feels more like a Pokemon and not so much a freaking human being who's like, yo, I really want to throw hands with a Pokemon, but that's illegal. So if I dress like one, I can get away with it. Okay, I'm going to flesh this guy out a little bit more. I think, again, for the consistency thing, Hitmonchan, Lee, and Top should have had, like, first of all, I should have drawn Jake Paul and Mike Tyson here. But he should have had the same rubbery kind of noodle leg, so they have a little more continuity between the two. Prefer Tyrogue. Yeah, Tyrogue is the best. Hitmonnorris. They should have, you know, I think Top is a dumb name. Hitmoncena. Yeah, Hitmonnorris would have been a fire name. You don't gotta be named Top. Jackie Chan's not a boxer. Yeah, he throws hands, but he ain't a boxer. Bruce Lee, yeah, he's a martial artist. He's not known for kickboxing. So it's interesting to me where they're like, we must call him a Top because that's his fighting style. Otherwise, people won't get it. It's like, I don't think that was the issue. Bro straight up has shoes. I'm talking about, like, it straight up comes up to the top here. Like, he's got, like, these Johns that come up like this. Like, bruh. You serious, bruh? Like, bro is a whole person. You know what? We should get, like, Mega Hitmonlee and Hitmontop, though. I feel like that'd be cool. Hitmon the Rock. Hitmon Jojo. Hitmon Goku. Hitmonlee. Yo, Hitmonlee. It should have been Hitmonlee. For Chan. Hitmontime. I got Vans on, but they look like sneakers. They really do. They straight up do look like Vans. I got my classic Vans. I know what they look like. Y'all know what they look like. That's really brazy that they straight up put Vans on my mans. All right, there we go. So they got Hitmonchan. I told you guys this part was just gonna go far faster. So I'm very glad at the pace that I'm moving at. Kappa Mikey! What, you want him to fight naked? Rykar, all Pokemons are naked, dog. Don't at me, Markiplier. You know, I think they fit better as regional or convergent. Who? Hitmon Luffy, Hitmon Agent 47. Hitmon Goku could be a special attacking. That's true. We don't have one like that. That would be ill. If Hitmonchan debuted a gen or two later, they would have absolutely made... Yeah, 100%. Hitmon Big Mac. There's a fighting style called Top. I'm not even going to touch that. It would have been much more womanly. It'd been cool to have Mega Hitmon that did like the Latios twins and both add each other's fighting styles. Ooh, that'd be ill. Hitmonkey! Hitmonkey! That's fire! The Hitmon's bit better as regional convergent? What do you mean? Hitmon Wick? He'd be unstoppable. He could be a special one. Maybe he's like an energy blast. No, he's an energy blaster, physical damage. And then Hitmon, like Hitmon Shonen, or whatever his name is, he's sending out like energy beams. Full on. We don't talk about the fact that they're all naked. We will now. My main issue is that Hitmonlee, the coolest. She has nothing in common. Exactly. And that's why in my Dex Neo entry, I made, Hitmonlee kind of be the... And I took elements of all of the varying guys. Okay, so again, Japanese name for Hitmonchan is Ebiwalar. And then Sawamullar is Hitmonlee. So then according to the trivia, Tadashi Sawamura is a famous kickboxer. So you see where the Americans were like, nah, y'all good off of, you know, these action stars. Like the Japanese was like, no, this is a Japanese boxer and a Japanese kickboxer specifically. Which makes it dope. Hitmonwick would be part... Yeah, bullet punches, literally. Hapkido? What is that, Hapkido? Okay, here goes Hitmonlee. So this time I have them interacting, and I have them interacting here too. They just look like giant doofuses, especially Hitmonchan. Hitmonlee looks pretty all right. Man, so while some Pokemon get like fun personality, like Tauros looks pretty cool there. For some reason, he doesn't have his hooves because, you know, I'm an idiot, I guess. And then you have him who's just standing there. You know? Electabuzz, he's looking fun and cool. And then, like, obviously certain Pokemon, like, what are you going to do with Seaking? You know, nothing. You're just going to put Seaking like that. Also, again, I'm like, what drugs was I on to be like, yup, green Magneton? This new piece is just blowing this one out of the water, and it's not even close, and it's very... I don't like that I'm mean to my younger self. Because that old piece is a banger. It is. But God, this one just blows it out of the water. You're allowed to be harsh to yourself only when you're proving your worth while you're doing it. Right? I'm talking shit to 2016 Bonnie because I'm showing them up big time now. But we've got to be kind and understanding to 2016 Bonnie and be like, yo, thank you 2016 Bonnie for cooking back then, because now we're able to cook even harder because of your hard work. Bug fighting type called Hitmon Parker. I do want... I mean, I was going to say a superhero Pokemon. We just got Elephant. Right? It was kind of like a bit of a letdown for me personally. I think they realized, like, yo, people have been waiting for a Dolphin Pokemon for so long. We got to do something crazy. And then the crazy was like, we'll take a superhero and, like, plug it in. And then we're like, all right, well, none of us really... Like, what's the connection? Is there a Dolphin superhero out there that I don't know about? Or is it the fact that, like, dolphins are considered very human-like as far as their intelligence and, like, social systems? I don't know. You tell me. Okay. Yeah, I wish all, like, Hitmonchan would have these stretchy noodle bits on his fists, so, like, that's, like, their kind of visual calling card. Same thing with Top. That could have been, like, the signifier that they're part of the same line. It looks like it's sleeping. Probably was. Because he didn't realize he was green. Otherwise, he would have told me. Lee's creepy old eyes. I actually really do like Lee's eyes. You can see all the flaws. Exactly right, Rosa. It sucks. But it's also a great feeling. Artists are always hard on themselves, so. Probably based on those stories of dolphins saving people at sea. Interesting. It's fun how in Gen 1 they just threw a horn to a Pokemon when their designs were too basic. Absolutely. Yeah, that's true. And the thing is, in hindsight now, I'm sure they would replace it completely with like different things, but um there are ways to make, even if all of them have horns, different kind of horns. Like maybe, Rapidash's horn could have been like a long lance, and Sea King's horn could have interesting speckle marks on it, just like its, body has, right? There are ways to make things interesting. Um, but again, we're not going to be harsh on them. It's Gen 1. Okay, on the bottom half, there is this tiny little. So I'll do 1. And does he have yellow on both sides? He does. Yeah, so basically the Hitmons would look very different if designed today. And you know what? I'm gonna, all the Pokemon have been separated, but since they're kind of a counterpart, I'm going to kind of let them, be interacting in this way. I think that's pretty cool. What do you guys think? Let's give them a little more intention, emotion. Seeking because it actually learns horn-based moves. Oh, and others don't. I don't know what, but all I do know is I really hate the Palafin line. Yeah, it's a big swing and a miss for me. Like the first the first design, it's cute. It's very inoffensive, but it's the evolution method is awful. Like it's actually awful. Like gimmicks are one thing, but like that's beyond a gimmick. Like if you're a little kid and you're wanting to evolve the thing, like I get it. We're all connected to the internet and whatnot, but like it's that's just bad design. Um I wanted a lot more out of our first dolphin Pokemon. Like if they're like, oh, we've already had a dolphin Pokemon, we're gonna do something crazy with Palafin, sure. But like 9 generations in and like that's our first dolphin, I think it misses. Heard it's super good though and busted. Um Palafin is an A. Can Gen 10 give us a regional Palafin that's Batman? I say don't even do the regional part. Like, should it make it another species? Like maybe it's an orca or some sort like a shark bad guy, you know? Um yeah, basically an animalistic version of All Might for sure. Yeah, at least creepy old eyes. There's so much personality there. It's one of the more striking things about its design by far. Um okay, so we're almost done with this guy. I'm going to get its hand out. Like that. Okay, cool. So we have the two fighting here. What does that bring us from number? I love Finnison Palavin's regular form. I think it's actually such a fun thing that it only changes the belly. Yeah, it looks like a citizen. That's clever. That's very cute, where it's like, it's meant to be, the Clark Kent of the world where he's just a commoner. He's just a guy who's walking around, but he's got like, the Superman crest on his chest underneath. That's cool. But what specific design elements? Perfect. I was just going to get into that. Well, I didn't say a shark Pokemon based off of Batman, but a shark Pokemon meant to be a villain counterpart. So it's not necessarily Batman, but oh, so I see what Rek is saying. So he's not asking for a villain. He's asking for a Palafin that's a little more on the dark side. That's cool too. But I want to see like another line of sea creatures that ends up becoming like a villain line. But with Palafin, the eyes I find very awkward. Uh, Standing on the tail, I think it's cute, but like it throws me off. There's not enough detail. I don't like the color palette. The hands look like if you've ever filled up a condom with water and it stretched out into fingers. Like that's what it looks like to me. I don't think that's vulgar, but we're gonna do Staryu next. Vengeance. Vengeance is an excellent name. Palafin K. Finizen K. I just noticed Rhyhorn's horn is not like Rhydon's. That's true. I made it a little different. I do play a little. I break off model quite a bit here and there. We were talking about horns and how to make them more unique, so that's probably something that subconsciously went in there. But for example, speaking yet again horns to give Rapidash a lot more. And granted, I did it to fit the area because we need to fill in the space. Giant horn. So both times the horns, but they're like if you really go through a lot of things are a little off model, so as to help me fit out the spaces and like. Truism? What is truism? Believe dolphins are associated with rescuing sailors. Dark card art though, yeah, it's ill. I've seen that card art. It's fire. It is absolute for a water Pokemon. It's fire. Maybe a sperm whale inspiration. Who does? Oh my god, Alex! I just got that. Credit description. Yeah. So there's two ways to go about it. Where you do like the, the Batman style version, but I don't think they would do another hero. I think they would do a villain counterpart. If they were to remember, like every space is precious. So I can't imagine they'd be like, here's this new gen. We're gonna like one of the spots is going to be a dark hero. I think they'd lean villain and make it like a dark type. You've got so much spots, you want each thing to really land, you know? All right, so there's Staryu. Very easy. What does that bring us up to, chat? I don't know. Okay, Staryu's good. Malamar is... That's really, really good, Alex. Superhero-inspired region? I don't think they'll ever do that. It's like Brain... Yeah, that's so good. That's so good, Alex. They're both underwater creatures. One's absolutely a mad scientist kind of villain. Yeah, I like that. The Staryu brings you to tears? Why? Is it bad? Say it's fire. Say it's cute. Okay. That's good. So I don't know which Pokemon number that is. Okay, so we'll jump up into Haunter. Bane from Batman as an Orca? I was molded Palafin by the sea. So stupid. Alright, Haunter. We're gonna do Haunter anime. It's the greatest thing. Yeah! Put it in a frame. Put it in a frame. Deeb said it. Y'all heard it. Alright, let's do... Perfect. So I could do Haunter. Look, I'm gonna be a little cheese with Haunter. I'm gonna make him a little bigger. And then we can do Haunter's arm, excuse me, his hand. Like this. Haunter's such a good thing. I think I've lost count, no worries. Jesse obliterated Misty Starmie with only a sledge. I saw that. That was crazy. Bond hasn't even fished one yet. It's baby. I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby. All right, here comes Horner. Oh, and then I made Gengar really cool too. Bro, someone buy me the Gengar Squishmallow or the Snorlax Squishmallow or a Mimikyu plush or oh, Cubone plush. I'm not asking for much, I don't think. All right, so I'm going to, yeah, we'll have its body like kind of flying this way to fill out the negative space. All right, perfect. The Ghastly kind of thing is a little cheesy because I'm using, I mean, it does have a cloudy trail, but I'm gonna make it, yeah, I'm gonna let him fit in the orb. All right, so that's done. Oh, wait a second, I tweaked. He actually has a shape that looks like that. Yeah, okay, I was about to say he looked a little off. All right, that looks way better. Okay, it's 8 o'clock now, chat. My time. Which means, oh, 222. Thanks, Angels. Haunter's the best? Yeah, Haunter's amazing. What aquatic creature would a Joker be? An eel. Yeah, maybe. That's a good one. Cuttlefish? NPC characters need to get on that? Who? Cape crustacean joke? Quite frankly, I cooked with it. I didn't see that. Um, Clownfish, duh. That makes so much sense. Yeah, clownfish. Same. As a kid, I also preferred Haunter. 3,000,000%. And I think it has to do with the fact that, yeah, like, he's got, you know what? It does feel really. Crap. Wait, maybe I have to do Haunter like this. Let's get creative. So we do Haunter. That looks more like Haunter. Yeah. So what that shrimply means is. All right, so there's one of Haunter's hands. And then I can do. Okay, like that. We'll extend out Haunter's hand like that. Okay. Now, Gengar, whose name comes from Doppelganger. Gengar. And so here's the thing. I grew to love Gengar because of like additional media, right? The anime battles, seeing him in plush and merchandise. He's cute. He's simple. Haunter's amazing. But Gengar, like, he's got that like merch move, like um also I'm gonna just simplify the number of teeth in Haunter. Okay. We're gonna get Gengar's. Huh? And I'm gonna do this thing where Gengar's like going through this kind of like portal. Because it gives me a chance to be funky with the um with the negative space. Tangela, I'm also going to be doing a little corny kind of thing, making him very, like, having his tangles kind of like fly everywhere, all his tangled vines. You know what? I'm not going to use his tongue here, though. I'm just going to give him the classic teeth. And then as you can see, his body comes back right here next to him. He's just being a goober, like me. Hunter's RSE sprite. Let me look this up, Deebs. Poochyena variant that looks like your generic depiction of what a hyena is supposed to look like. As long as there's a reason for the direction, right? Regionals, there's a reason why they exist, right? That like altered their appearance based on their environment. So if there's a reason for Poochyena to have a variant where it looks more like a generic hyena, sure. But I'd rather at that point have an actual hyena. Let's look up pointer sprite RSE. Oh, yeah. They really lean into the black, which is so sick. And their outline is like lighter, which gives them a very ethereal feel. Mega Gengar, amazing. Absolutely. Love it. Take all my money. Especially the shiny. They get to fix shinies with that, which is cool. Oh, that's true. If I wanted... Well, so Deeb's what I do... Oh, my God. Look. We'll give him the tongue right here so we can fill out that negative space right there. Good call, Deebs. Good call. So, again, everything I do is with respect to filling out negative space. Again, like the stuff that I'm like cooking up here compared to again, original one, fine. Most popular print when I sell it at the 2 cons I've done. One which was like not even a true artist alley kind of con. It was kind of tacked on. And both cons I've done, I've tabled with someone. So the last one I did was my first one, but I tabled with someone. Now I'm going to be tabling and like really selling myself. Very proud of this piece, but like seriously, the way I'm filling out all that space is actually insane. Like I do a pretty damn good job here. Like this is getting to a level where I'm very proud. So yeah, I don't see why they can't do that. Why they can't adjust it. You know? Yo, what is going on with LinkedIn? They keep sending me emails even though I literally unsubscribed. I'm going to subscribe. Unreal. I can't tell you how many times I have done this. Report spam. Okay, so we have Gengar. Let's do Kingler next. All right, we'll do Kingler. Guys, I think we are making really good progress tonight. I think genuinely I can finish a good chunk today. If I happen to stream tomorrow, I would love to be able to finish this piece or the lining process on stream tomorrow. Okay, so Kingler, we've got about... We're 2 hours 30 into the stream. I want to call it around 9:30. So we have an hour and 20 minutes. Let's see if we can keep going. Kingler. Japanese name? Kingler. There you go. Let's do it. Another Pokemon that I think will be incredibly easy. I do make some stylistic choices here based on my sketch, but I'll like get it a little closer to model. So it goes like that, then like that. And once again, one of Ash's goats. It's really cool to see like certain Pokemon get their due diligence because of the anime, and more or less they get popular in that format, whereas otherwise these kind of Pokemon usually remain filler, right? You catch them for your decks and then move on. But I remember because of the anime, it made me want to have a Kingler, and he had Crabhammer, and it was just so cool. And I was just like, yeah, he's just like the one on the TV. Kinger? An insect collection? What do you mean? Okay. Again, this one's going to be pretty easy. I really don't have to do a lot. I'm going to segment him a little bit. You know what? I will... Okay, yeah. So I'll make a little section here so Angelus vines could like move out and fill out that space. This is another Pokemon who I'm just using the official art to like really infer the design, because again, it's not like you don't have a lot of room to cook for someone like this. It's a crab. What more can you really do? You know? If Kanto didn't have 12,000 water types, I may have given Kingler a shot. It does. And to this day, right? Isn't there in most of the gens like there's always an abundance of water Pokemon? Am I making that up, or is that true? Someone tell me. Kingler my goat. My first shiny. Nice. What color is the shiny? I forget, but Kingler gets a G-Max Kingler. I've never properly looked at it. He's got like a beard, bubble beard. He's got like these long, spiny kind of legs, maybe like a spider crab. The Amazing Digital Circus is a great show. I know of this, but like I've never seen it. Psychological dark comedy about cute cartoon characters who hate their lives and want to leave the circus. Huh. Yeah, I've never really known what it's about. I've only seen the main character. I mean, it is pretty cool that, like, yeah, indie things like this can get super popular, you know? There's some crabs that anime cannot save. Ugly Yeti crab derogatory. Yeah, it sucks because, like, literally just a few adjustments could make that Pokemon amazing. And, like, oh, okay, I get it's supposed to be ugly and stuff, but, like, considering how much I love that first form, I had that bro on my team the entire game. All right? The entire game. So then when it evolved into that, I was so sad, chat. I was like so disappointed. Like it was something that like there are a lot of ugly Pokemon that are meant to be ugly, and I think they're great for being ugly. But the payoff wasn't there, especially because they're like forcing you to keep it in your party, and you can only evolve it in that one area. I think it's like some sort of mountain near the end of the game. So after all of that, you're gonna tell me like, you know, I'm gonna put bubbles here, by the way, just to fill out like the negative space. Digital Circus, they're chopping the VR. Oh wow. Okay. The green shine. Oh, green shiny. So the classic green. Honestly, I don't mind when it's green. When, like for example, green Ursaring feels weird to me, but a green crustacean that looks cool. There's only 3 episodes. Oh shit, that's it. Nah, I'm good off of that. Thank you. Abominable. Abominable. What was the first one called? You ever heard of I have no mouth but I must scream? Oh, interesting. That's like the pitch. All right. Add Kingler to the list. Yo, we're moving fast. I told you. Once we get here, oh my god. It's going to be so I'm going to be so upset if somehow I missed a Pokemon. I'm pretty sure I have everyone here though. Somebody, I need you to check for me right now. You're doing God's work if you can do this for me. Someone check if Rhyhorn has a tail, so I can give Rhyhorn this tail right here. You see this little tail I gave him? It might be inaccurate, so I need someone to go and check. All right, let's do Tangela. Crabrawler, thank you. Okay, let's do... You know, honestly, with Tangela, there's a reason why I scribbled it like that. I don't think I really need to draw all the vines. I think that's something that I can kind of just... I can just kind of put out, you know? I mean, not put out. Oh, what could I fit in this space right? Oh, maybe the Silph Scope. Although I haven't really put an item in yet. The Silph Scope are a pair of glasses. What do you think? Should I do this? Silph Scope is not... Here's the thing. I'm looking at it. Ain't nobody ever seen what the Silph Scope looked like. I'm looking at it for the first time, and I've played it since the first game. So, I don't want to put the Silph Scope here. Is there an item I could do next to the ghosties? Because otherwise, look, I don't mind if I came here and put all these vines from like Tangela that's like kind of spinning out of control. I really don't mind. But there is a decent sized hole here that I could put something of... I'm not forcing it, but if there's something of import. It doesn't have a tail, thank you guys. Crustacean? That's a cute name. Crustacean's a wonderful name. Between Fingence and Crustacean. Nice guys. Alright, so no tail, so I'm going to erase that. You know what I'll do? I'll extend Rhyhorn's back leg plate. Like that. Okay. Yeah, there you go. The Pokedex. Hmm. Pokedex. Oh, thing is, if I do an item, which I haven't done. Okay, to be fair, this Clefairy doll, which you can barely see, you know, that's the intention, making it barely visible. That fits because, you know, like it's a Pokemon who falls asleep, is sleeping with a doll. Then um, we have the Ghost here, Mimikyu up top here. You know what? Let me move. The perspective is weird. So I'm going to have the body like that. The tail can come up like this. Oh yeah, but that's bad. Um, I don't have an item yet. If I had a Pokedex, I might want to put it thematically at the end. You know, revive because they're dead. That's cute. Old Amber. I have Old Amber next to right here. It's Amber in, like built into the rock. With the dome and the helix fossils next to their respective things. Just a Pokeball variant, a super potion. Uh, kind of looks like a bird. I don't see it. But yeah, that's like Clefairy's ears right here. Its little tail, its leg. Basically exactly like the Pokédoll. You just can't see its face because it's smushed in, and it's kind of like a little, again, Easter egg. Pokeflute, I don't have. I could potentially put it here. I'll just kind of like keep that as a placeholder if I need to. But I haven't really put items yet. But like, for example, it does make sense for Pokeflute to be next to here because it's next to Snorlax. But Pokedex could be at the end, although I have Missing No as the kind of end anchor kind of thing. Doll's ear looks like a beak and the curl looks like a closed eye. Old Rod. Old Rod. Oh yeah, Reaper Cloth being Gen 4. Um Oh, wait a second. I could do this. This is Yo, look at this. What if I did so you have Gengar's teeth, you have his tongue, right? And I have the tongue going through the void. Holy crap, this is funny. So you have the tongue here. This is how sometimes you got to think out of the box. So the tongue's there, and then the tongue can come right here, and it fills out the space exactly. What do we think about that? That looks a little weird. It looks phallic. It's stealing Lickitung's vibe. We are not doing. But the intention was good. Okay. Gym badge case and the badges. Oh, that's cute, Dad Bed Spread, if that's your real name. Is there a religion for the funny fossil Pokemon? A religion? Why a religion? The gym badges are such a cute idea. I'm going to mark that at the top, and when I'm done, I think that'd be so cute to kind of throw in. Okay. Let's do Tangela. If anybody gets any kind of interesting ideas of what I can fit there. Again, living in the Gen 1 space. There have been exceptions, meaning when I say exceptions, it's more like I'm utilizing retcons and certain elements that, like, as long as it fits, like, again, I put, so as far as items, right? Dome fossil, helix fossil, that stuff fits is in a way that's kind of like the prevos, right? Like previous forms of the Pokemon they're next to. So if there's anything I can do, that's why Silph Scope makes sense, but at the same time, like, it is not iconic enough of an item to like hold the weight of that. You know? I'm gonna be a little stylistic with these noodles. Drawing this is very fun. I with this whole design project, it's very fun because I don't really get to design and illustrate like this, you know, where I'm like cartooning. And then he's straight up got shoes. Oh, Ammonites a god, praise Lord Helix. Pidgeot's Jesus. The chin design is reminding me of how Omniverse do chin sometimes. Who's chin? Um, Kabuto is the enemy. That's the religion. There's an actual religion? Huh? What am I missing? Y'all trolling. Let's see. Let's bring in the tangled vines up here. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Does a new Tangela get born when like a bunch of its vines split off and it becomes a new Tangela? Or is that, or am I like dreaming that up? Someone look. Please. Okay. So I use Tangela's thing in the meantime to just fill in that space. Which is fine. No one's gonna think anything of it, you know? Jury's still out on the Australian definition. That doesn't happen. Um Only for Pokemon like Grimer and Muck. Interesting. Okay, so Tangela is done. Dang, I really wish we kept count of the Pokemon. I am moving fast tonight, and I'm very happy about it. All right, coughing time. Let's. It's been fun looking at the Japanese names for a lot of these guys. So we're coughing. Poison gas. His name is Dogars. Dogars in Japanese. All right. This one is going to be yet another easy one. Literally this. Ready? This. 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 And then this. Nice and easy. I'm gonna do the bone. The crossbones is crazy. I'm just gonna make it a little more prominent. That's okay. You know what? I'm gonna just let it be a little natural like that too. Coughing looks like he knows what a good time is, and it doesn't take much to entertain him. A classic Gen 1 Mon. Easy. Done already. Dogars. What does that mean, you think? It's not a cloud of gas. It does have a physical body, and then I'm sure it holds a lot of gas. But what if they did evolve it into a version who like destroys its body and it's just a living body of gas? Coffee is the awesome face meme, but stinky. I know exactly that meme. It's literally that. It's literally that. Even Ben 10 Omniverse. Yeah, that's I know. I think you guys mentioned to me. Two of the oh wait, straight up, one of the Ben 10 Pokemon that you guys characters you guys taught me about was coughing because the creator loves coughing so much. Oh, here it is. Dolgas might be derived from dokugasu, poison gas. Dokugasu. Dogas. Dogas. Yo. Floating tumor? Low key, you are not wrong. Had gas coming out of its mouth like it looks like it's breathing. Probably, that just comes down to animation, right? If somebody wanted to animate that. But yeah, this part is absolutely the tumor part. Then it would be Ghastly? Oh, that's true. Well, here's the thing. Oh, Ghastly's poison. So now new lore, a new canon dropped. Ready? Ghastly is living gas, because they're poison type as well, that has lost its body when it was once a wheezing. Don't at me. I like wheezing, but like it just needs a little bit more to kind of differentiate itself, I think. You know? Like maybe we don't give the skull and crossbones to the first guy, or maybe it's just the skull and then the skull and crossbones happens on the next guy. You know? All right, I'm going to just kind of draw this in real quick. Dogos. Weezing would have an amazing evolution. What would the name be? We did get Galarian Weezing, who, mind you, is not an evil guy. No, I mean, neither is this guy meant to be evil. I don't think he's outwardly evil. He's just represents, if anything, the evils of humanity. Right? Because, in fact, the Japanese names we're talking about, Dolgars, originally, coughing and wheezing were meant to be named, get this, both of their names are only going to be 2 letters long. Choking. I guess they don't even, well, coughing is spelled differently. Wheezing is missing the H. So you'd have to find the way to make that track, Alex. But the names for these guys were supposed to be La and Ni. La for LA, Los Angeles, and Ni or Nye for New York. Choking. There you go. So, or New York, and because I guess the Japanese perceived, oh, they're American cities. They're nasty and dirty and full of, smog and stuff. So that's how they perceived us, where they were like gonna name that. And I guess, understandably the Americans were like, we don't want that slander. All right. So I'm gonna like have the face kind of like sit here like this. And he's like really looking like a tumor, like sticking out. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about this Pokemon. You know? I like the smoke, though, the stylized, you know. I'm gonna make the eyes even smaller. I don't like the second face, though. So that's another Pokemon down. The teeth feel a little funky. Let's fix that real quick. Okay, so we do that. And then... Okay, looks pretty good. Hacking. Maybe you should have a skull on the face. Yeah, I guess you could have done... Or you know what? Maybe the skull and crossbones goes on the tumorous face to show, like, it's barely surviving. It is, like, on its way out, like, dead. Like, dead on arrival tumor face. You know? That could have been cool. Okay, so coughing and wheezing are done. Let's do, yeah, Magikarp. Yo, we're getting a lot done today. I say that every time I finish a Pokemon, right? Huffing. Heard about that fact? If you can have any Pokemon item in real life, what would it be? Maybe Sacred Fire. Is that cheating? I didn't forget about it since it was so prominent in the anime. Coughing is the best shiny of any Pokemon. What color is it? Jesse and James released Wheezing and Arbok because they were trying to leave away coughing and acting away from a Pokemon poacher. Huh? Okay, let's do Magikarp. Magikarp, what's your Japanese name? We want to know. Here it is, ready? Hoi King. Would you say it's Puke Green? Here we go. Here's Magikarp time. Ooh, should I do Gyarados next? It might not be a bad idea to do Gyarados. So as you can see, both Gyarados and Onix were like among the biggest elements of the piece. And that remains to be the case for the new version as well. In fact, they're even just a little bigger. No, that's not true. Onix is a little smaller. I made him. In fact, yeah, okay. And Gyarados is a touch bigger than before. That's fine. Chansey looks like it's dying in the sketch. Oh god, it's barely... Yeah, I probably quickly put it in there. So at this point, we're going to really need to start getting in... Because, yeah, you can tell this... Oh, by the way, everyone down here was added more recently. Because in my 22 sketch, I never finished it. So I did that more recent. Light Bio. Sure, I can handle this Azure Flute. I'm sure nothing will bad. Yeah. I don't know. What items... What would be, let's think about it. Let's try and concoct the best choice, right? Like, what is it that we're trying to do? Maybe amulet coin. I might want something like the amulet coin. I don't know how it would work in our real world. That way, I don't need Pokemon items. They're not going to do anything for me. But if I can get something like an amulet coin, then I could have real world benefits with it. Can I do amulet coin? And how would it work? Koi King, I choose you. Making its tail a little smaller, off model, but it's okay. Kind of makes him look even more pathetic, which is fine by me. Okay, its body comes down like this. It's got these scales that only go pattern like this on its body. He's got his, I mean, it's like kind of like a crown shape, right? His name is Koi King. So he's got this crown. Whereas on the bottom, it's got four peaks. Okay, and then he's got his whiskers. I used the whiskers in the other one, like really cheaply. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to give it his. He does look a little awkward. Let's. I want him to be a little more rotated like this. See if I can give him. Take care, Tay. Have a good night. Have a good night. Roxy's guitar would have been my answer. I'm taking the Explorer's Watch because I can get any drip at the expense of my fingertip. What does the Explorer's Watch do? Does a Master Ball work on a regular wolf or animal? Concerning items, Pokemon items. Yeah, that's the thing. I'd have to. Because Pokemon items are like going into a new level of technology, right? Like, think about it. It would be extremely uncharted territory, and it's technology that would need to work in conjunction with many other things, right? Like the Pokeball also works with a PC to like organize items. How does that affect things? You know? We catch a wolf. It's curious. I really don't know. I really genuinely have no idea. Have that come like this, like this. Okay, I like Magikarp a little better now. I'm gonna move the. I think the eyes is kind of throwing me off. I think it needs to be like bigger and more to the front like that. There you go. Let's do the whiskers coming in like this. Okay, cool. Magikarp's done. Do man-made Pokemon count as items? No, I wouldn't think so. I like that episode of the anime with the giant jumping. I feel like I vaguely remember it, but I might be misremembering it due to the fact that I don't know if you guys remember this because this game came and went. It came out like shortly after Nintendo was like, fine, we'll do mobile games. I'm so glad they did. A lot of fun, cool games they made, and then I know they're glad they did because they make so much money. But it was this like jumping Magikarp gun game, and surely, I mean, I guess that can't. Oh, there was also, when you say anime episode of the anime, I think there was a separate like animated short that was on YouTube about a jumping Magikarp. Spoilers are the evil team grinds. They basically have a watch that basically loads up any disguise they want. I'm not sure if they have to load up the items first or the preloaded. I bet it's preloaded. It's not like magic, so they do work on rice balls or pokeballs. It was called Magikarp Jump, right? I was so addicted to that game because it was like very time based and whatnot. Like, that's how you make money with those kind of games. Like, you lock certain things. And I remember I'd be like driving to school and stuff. And at like red lights, I would be playing this game. So like every second of that experience was, ready to go. It's kind of crazy in hindsight. Okay, so Magikarp is done. We're at 8:48, so we have about 30 minutes left, chat. One of my I was just participating in a collab and that art has been released. It's nothing crazy. It's not like a Pokemon related one. It's more like a Nintendo one. Um, but it was like each person had to draw one kind of character in this old advertisement for the DS because this new piece is like a kind of throwback to that. So if you guys remember, I was working on like an Ethan illustration for it. So basically, it's like a redraw. All right, we're gonna do Starmie next. Starmie's Japanese name. Starmie. All right, nice and easy. But that one's out. Apparently, they tagged me on Blue Sky. So I do have an account there. I don't necessarily plan on using it a lot, but it's there if I need to. As far as advertising and like, I recently heard, I think even the likes of say, um, what was it called? Monster Hunter, Capcom. They have like an account there, and like little by little, a lot of people might be jumping ship to Blue Sky, which is really nice to see. So who knows? Maybe I'll use it, but I think my goal in general is to like, just eventually kind of get off of social media. In fact, in a way, I'll know I made it when I no longer need to like advertise, and maybe if I ever get like my own company and stuff and like have like people who can like tweet my projects and stuff for me. Like I just don't like, I don't want to say I don't like to be social. Like clearly I am an introvert and whatnot, but like that part of the art and stuff is just, it's a lot, you know? A little less of social media for everyone would probably be a good thing. Okay, so Starmie is done. Um, I think I could probably make Starmie a little smaller. I gotta fit Tauros there. So I think I am gonna make Starmie a little smaller. There's no reason for them to be that big. Right, something like that's pretty good. Blue Sky is blockless, so you can mass block the trolls. Just make sure it's a trustworthy person making the list. Blue Sky's seen several yes, I heard, which is amazing though. Um, it's it's really disappointing to see Twitter become what it is because it took a long time for Twitter to even become decent, you know? So it's it is just absolute chaos there. And Elon wants to talk about like, oh, free speech. Free speech also has um, consequences. And when people can kind of just say and do whatever they want, and it just feels like a wild west. You know, people want to act like that's what free speech is supposed to look like, and that's a version of it. But the whole point is we're curating who and what we want to be around. When all that is just like thrown to the side, what's even the point anymore? You know? I genuinely don't miss Twitter at all. Like it's not like I was tweeting or anything, but yeah, it was just yet another place where I was like doing a lot of scrolling and stuff. You know, and believe it or not, that chunks up a lot. Like it takes a chunk of your time out of the day if you're not careful. Okay, there goes Goldine. I decided to swap Goldine that way. That feels better, so I can fit that negative space there. Is that even actual free speech? Yeah. There's just so much to it that goes backwards, right? Where, for example, okay, let me quickly test out Tauros. You know what? Maybe I should try putting Tauros in there. Like when it comes down to algorithms and again, everything that was set up was done for a reason. And so when you undo all of that, you bring it back to like a beta version of what it was. Like it became good because it needed all those things there. You know? It was always bad, right, Mikey? The issue is it's now it's now like legitimately dangerous at times, right? Because it's rhetoric is being spat out and people believe whatever's there. Granted, you have like the community note stuff, and it's funny because Elon gets like community noted all the freaking time. But it's gotten to the point where it's just dangerous because, well, people don't even care to check or double check anything they see. Um, these kind of things can be used for nefarious reasons. And as long as the powers that be who are using it for those those reasons get what they need, it's just a dangerous space. Um, All of, I mean, one way or another, it's all kind of bad for you, right? Tauros is a strange design. It's got like these three things here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Starry looks adorable. Thank you. Yeah, a few of you guys said that, and like, it looks a little off. So I'm hoping, you know what I'll do in order to fill the space? I'll do something. It's definitely like, I think this. Okay, I think that looks a little better. I'm gonna add these kind of speed kind of lines so it looks like he's spinning. You know, in the same way that I'm gonna have Starmie spinning as well. Just by adding these simple lines. There you go, looks pretty cool. People are now unafraid to say crazy things. Absolutely. And the absolutely. How much is missing? Instead of counting, we could. Oh, yeah, that's true too, Rockar. But unfortunately, here's the thing. I did add a bunch of other elements, so it won't be like 151 exactly. You're so right. So it'll be Mewtwo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, wow. It's far less than I realized. We're really right there at the finish line. Because again, these mons are so big, they're going to fill up those spaces rather quickly. Okay, that's actually very exciting. I think that's my biggest issue, what Mikey mentioned. It like people are unafraid to say things, and again, this whole thing about like there needs to be consequences to what you say. Yeah, free speech is free, but like it doesn't give you the right to spew lies or spew hatred and just get away from it. There's this like thing that's been happening on Blue Sky where like straight up like people are getting banned, and then they'll run to Twitter and then cry. They'll be like, "Yo, I triggered all these people on Blue Sky, and I, got banned immediately." Half the time, no, they didn't get banned, so they're just trying to like get a rise and a reaction, and once again, spread, fake news. Um, and then conversely, when they do get banned, they're surprised because they've been saying heinous and egregious awful shit for so long now and getting got away with it, so they don't like the consequence of that and then whine about it. But like, it's like, yeah, no shit, that's gonna happen. Like, that's what happens when you say awful heinous things. And let me be the first to say, all of these people would never dare to say that in real life. Don't get me wrong, there are awful, disgusting, quote unquote, politicians who engage in this kind of thing, and that is just simply not professional. It's unacceptable. You're representing the people, and this is how you speak or choose to put yourself out there. It's just kind of scary. Um. Oh yeah, I'm fleshing out Tauros pretty nicely here. But I don't know. If that's the way, he wants to take Twitter, he overpaid for that site, and he can do that. But I really do hope people kind of, and we've seen it, right? Like, I think Elon was trying to sue like advertisers, which is like a crazy thing because of your free speech, they chose to take their money elsewhere. That's their right. How are you gonna like sue people? Like, that is so pathetic, so crazy, so desperate. You burned your bridge. Meanwhile, like normal people can't get anything going and you can just whine and do whatever. All right, Tauros looks pretty cool. I think he came out really well. Um, yeah, and like yet another crazy thing that happened. Like people bought the blue check mark, right? That's one thing. To pay for social media, you're an absolute clown. That's one thing. But that verification system, people are like, oh, it's going to give the normal people the ability to be on the same level as the celebrities. And it's like, you made it an ego thing when it was never that. Like people, I remember all these people saying like, yeah, I'm finally messaging these celebrities. Why aren't they, messaging back, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, they don't know who you are. At the very least, the idea of a blue check mark, the purpose was like, oh, this person's legit. They worked hard, ideally, reach this place. And yeah, like it gives me credence about, who I should communicate with. But now you can buy a check mark as if you thought you bought like status, and like that is just not how it works. So it just made it such an awful platform for people who are actually, in a space where, again, the idea of a blue check mark is like you're some sort of elevated member of some sort of community. You're there to like prove you're that person. That's part of like security. But like people were whining about it as if like it was more an issue of, I mean, essentially it was their ego taking the hit. Like, oh, we deserve to be on the equal, you know, space as them. And it's like, you're missing the point, and that's why you're not famous. So it's just crazy. Yeah, just go to the bottom to find non-trolls. Yeah, if it's not trolls, this is the same guy Elon's like, oh yeah, we're getting rid of bots, more bots than ever. Every reply had like advertisements for like OnlyFans. It is just a cesspool that is so hard to navigate. It's showing me people who I don't want to see. Apparently the block button doesn't even work anymore. How? Almost literally outed himself as an semi-misogynist, everything in the book, right? Up here at the top of the comment section, yet another thing. Ooh, 10% battery remaining. It is now 9:04. I was saying I wanted to wrap up around 9:30. Um, so, I will try to continue drawing and illustrating kitty in bio, the kitty icon. Yeah, like it's so crazy because you get paid to be seen. So now the whole free speech part, it's ironic because now if you're using the site for free, your speech isn't as important as other people. So make it make sense. Like, I really wish it would be amazing if like all the celebrities and all these like businesses and all these people, the thing is, Twitter simply has the numbers and the name, understandably. So if there is like slowly a mass exodus, because like at the end of the day, no social media is forever. Like back in the day, there was Zanga and MySpace and blog sites and things that I don't know and remember. Everything has its time. So if Elon wanted to, buy Twitter, and there was political reasons why, right? That's not a secret. But in that case, he got what he wanted with his purchase. But it would be cool to see actual change happen. People move to blue sky and make that a thing. You know? Okay, so there's Tangela. Hate speech, exactly. And it's just weird because, you know, Elon is like, it's scary just because he speaks with so much conviction as if he could never be wrong, and like his followers eat it up. And it's just more and more we are just seeing like this brand of individual who is so, their incel energy is so strong, and more than ever just a continuing symphony of like people who, like, I've never seen celebrity worship to this degree in the modern era. You know, it's so weird, like the kind of people, the heroes that people have now, you know. But was a bot, exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of what happens, Alex. And you know, it makes sense. People with the worst personalities, they don't really have anything to, you know, add. Laws SD, thank you for the subscription. Um, the idea is that they don't have anything to really add or say. They see people that, you know, think has their best interests, or, oh, if I stay around these people, you know, they represent to me the things that I want or need. In this case, maybe Elon flaunts wealth. By the way, no billionaire just becomes a billionaire without a little help. There's no such thing as a self-made billionaire. So all these like rise and grind bros and stuff, like, I don't know. They believe that, oh, if I do the blue check, you know, maybe I'll get that money one day too somehow. It's crazy. Kirsten, welcome in, welcome in. Might only be not a worry. We're gonna be wrapping it up soon anyway. Hope you've been well. Any update on the PC you were looking for? We'll take a recession to get these. Yes. Yeah, they're gonna have to. The unfortunate truth is that they're gonna have to live with the consequences of all their actions and learn the hard way. It's just very unfortunate that many innocent people are gonna have to get hurt because of their action. So it'd be one thing if we're like, oh, let them eat cake, but we're gonna have to have that same rotten, poisoned cake, even though we were able to see everything from a mile away, right? Okay. I am very pleased with how Tauros came out. I did not expect to be able to fill that much space with him. I think he came out really great. Okay. So we've got Tauros there. Let's do Chansey. We'll do Chansey. Wow, we are seriously so close to the end. A lot of these Pokemon are a lot more detailed though. There's like a lot of single stage guys here, right? Between Mime, Scyther, Jinx, Electabuzz, Lickitung, Magmar, Pinsir, Chansey. So they're more like these bigger designs. Okay. You know what? Actually, before I do Chansey, why don't I keep kind of like filling up this space right here? Because these two will be kind of small. So here's Seadra and Horsey. So I'm thinking, chat, I probably finished like 30 Pokemon today, which is pretty nice. Have to drive to a bigger town about an hour away to look at the store. Gotcha. But in the meantime, it would absolutely behoove you. Is that the right way to use that word? To just simply, again, go online, check out, like, if you're a gamer. I forgot if you said you were a gamer or not. What kind of PC you'd need, right? If you're wanting to do art, how does that affect my choice? If it can, if I'm choosing to stream one day, or, um, you know, anything could, like, let's be honest, any PC could really run Photoshop and stuff, but like you might need to consider, um, oh, I've got to, um, use editing software, video editing and whatnot, right? Um, so because you want to probably know at least what you're looking for. That way, when you spend that time to get into the store, all that, distance away, you can kind of come in with more an idea to help, whichever salesperson is there. Which, mind you, they'll probably be looking to, I'm not going to say they're going to gouge you, but like, you still want to do your due diligence and know what you're looking for. So that way they don't try to pull one over your eyes, whatever the saying is. They don't upcharge you for things you don't need. Such. What's up, Pokerex? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm taking a history class. It's disturbing how little they have changed from their history. Yeah, it's so crazy, right? Same arguments, same scapegoats. Like, by now, will no one seems to ever learn the lessons every single time, which is why there is a saying that does still stay with us, and it's called history is always repeating itself. And now we kind of see why. At the end of the day, it's all of our first times in this world, and it just kind of means that we have to see it for ourselves, unfortunately. Our ancestors may have seen all this kind of stuff. We have it in writing. Oh, this is what's going to happen, this, that, or the other. But then kind of catches up every time. This is coming along pretty nice, though. Oh, to answer you guys' question about my Rhino Pokemon that I made, it was Minecraft and Minecrash. I don't think anyone answered that question. I need a boyfriend that's a computer nerd to help me. Valid. In the same way, I'm looking for a business wife who can just do all that stuff. Radical Rhino? Just another thing to seek revenge for. Alex, don't fall for the trick. I think it's kind of funny in a twisted way. There's little creativity in the bigotry they spew. I mean, that's as much as they can handle, right? At the end of the day, the idea is like, they'll always cry about things like, oh, safe space and this and that, yet they are absolutely living in their safe space. They always cry, oh, these snowflakes, they're afraid of change and this and that, and triggered by every little thing, yet they are the ones who explode and react in such vile and visceral ways, So that kind of tactic we've seen it forever. It's projection, What can we do? Seadra's Japanese name, also Seadra. There's a ton of Pokemon that carry the same name. Seadra makes sense, Sea Dragon. Horsey's Japanese name is very cute. Tatu. Tattoo. Tatu. But it's spelled Tattu. So. Alright, let's do Horsey real quick. I have about 8% battery left. Again, we are just trying to get as much as we can get done before time runs out. Horsey's a pretty simple design as well. I always really liked Horsey. I remember having like a Horsey card, and I thought it was like really freaking cute. All right, so over here, it juts out like that. I've had like people, I don't share this often, but since we're kind of talking about it, I had a few people who one sent me a death threat, first time ever, and then the others, said like very strange, heinous things, and it's because I shared stuff that was important to me as far as politics. Nothing was overtly like, you must do this, you must do that. But it just really kind of showed me the world and the kind of people we're dealing with. And it does scare me a little bit. I'm not going to let people scare me off completely. But just stay vigilant. Okay, Horsey looks pretty good. Take care, Kirsten. Make sure you do some research for that PC. A Horsey minus. Not really, it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna just twist her a little bit this way. And again, fill in that negative space. Okay. I can't believe it. Just a couple of days ago, it felt like I had nothing. And now it's just this tiny little corner left. I think I can get this done tomorrow. I have to finish that thing by Saturday. Okay, I can finish that. And then... Okay. Alright, let's see. I kind of want to work on Gyarados. But... You know what? Let's do Gyarados. I am still here. Anyway, death threats are weak. Yeah, exactly. It shook me a little bit just because, it's scary that people have to get used to things like that. It's an insane thing, right? We should never say that to anybody. But then, I was like, this person, I'm the type of person that takes things personally. What's up, Erno? Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, the way I kind of like looked at it was they have no idea who I am, so I can't take it personally. They are clearly afraid or projecting or this or that or the other. Obviously, I still have to take things like that with some sort of grain of salt or whatever, so I can do my part and, just report and block and stuff. But yeah, it was just very surreal. I was like, oh wow. Like, I don't know. All right, Gyarados time, like I said. This Gyarados is going to look so much cooler and better than the old Gyarados that I... Oh, 5%. You know what? Let's make his mouth even bigger. So, last Pokemon of the day. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. Again, normally Fridays I don't stream, but I am on a kick to get this art done, but maybe I will take I mean, I'm not going to take the day off. I'm going to be illustrating all day tomorrow. Um but one way or another, I'm going to I think tomorrow I can finish two things. I can finish my Smash print lines and then this Pokemon print lines. Two here? Hell yeah. Remember to drink water or grass. I prefer water. Um, Remember to save? Yeah, it is fortunately like auto saves. Getting down to the wire is the only reason I haven't mentioned that you need a break. Yes, exactly. And I'll say, I'm completely aware I've mentally kind of steeled myself, which is why, again, I really wish I was able to go out today. Um, but it's kind of a good thing that I didn't go anywhere today because I would have missed out on one whole day of work. Um, and right now I am a little bit on a, I don't say time crunch, but I do want to get oh crap, I gotta draw the fin underneath. I'll make it just a little smaller like that. Going on a weekend trip? Nice, enjoy. I definitely will drink. Thank you. Just stretched. Grass is cooler. There are other things you can do with grass, but I'm not gonna say it. Um, but yeah, ultimately, I'm kind of glad I didn't go out because I'd be behind. But then I realized me saying that is probably reason for me to go out so I can rest my hand, protect myself, make sure I don't get mentally burnt out. Like, I know it's coming. I know I'm gonna be like so exhausted and dying for a break. Um, but as with everything that I do and I work for, it's like knowing that there is a light at the other end of the tunnel. I've been saying a whole bunch of sayings today, and like I feel like half of them are wrong, like how I'm saying the expression. But yeah, as with anything in the world, whatever you work for, you get rewarded for it and then some. So ideally, that's the case here. So I'm gonna get rid of this extra prong, and I'm just going to have this come, and then I'm gonna have the, yeah, I'll do it like that. That looks a little cleaner to me. All right. 9:25, 5 minutes. If you say something enough, it starts sound. Yeah, if you say something enough, it starts to sound fake. Absolutely. When you keep repeating a word, it's such a weird little phenomenon. And then if you say phenomenon over and over, it'll sound weird. But yeah. I was like looking at the calendar. I'm gonna look it up again. Ideally, I can finish the coloring for the pieces and whatnot by next Friday, which is like an insane task. No, I've not flipped it. I'll flip it when I color it. Um, but um, The 29th, I need to theoretically have all my, well, these Trinity prints, these 3 prints, plus the 6 stickers done. Because I want to get the Black Friday deals on that merch that I'm paying for. And then I can probably take it slow a little bit, but then immediately going into December, I'm gonna need to start 5 or 6 pieces to have done by December 20th, or realistically the 19th, the day before Holiday Matsuri. So there'll be like a majority of my entry level prints, so I'll need that done. So it'll be more or less, yeah, like maybe 1 or 2 days break, and I bet I could finish 6 pieces in like 2 weeks if I work on them every single day. But yeah, I'm like psyching myself out now. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna bring Gyarados' whisker down here. And then same with his other whisker, I'll have it come down here. Okay. There goes his face. It's a little funky looking, I'm not gonna lie. But it also, there's appeal to me too. There would be no middle fingers at the art, no matter how mean it's been to me. Um, Actually, I will say this piece has been treating me pretty well, things considered. Okay. Oh, it's 9:29. Um, um, it is also I have 3% battery left. Am I gonna get this done in time? Let me coil this dragon up a little bit. So he's gonna come like this. You know what? I'm not gonna finish this on stream. I'm not gonna have enough time. That said, I can still, map this out. So we'll start wrapping up over here. Everyone take care as we start calling it a night. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. I got a lot done, which is good. We want to continue this pace. I may or not be streaming tomorrow. I might just take a break from streaming since I've been at it all week. Again, I normally take Fridays off anyway. But yeah, at the end of the day, I should be able to finish this in time for the weekend, where I'll be again recording a collab for you guys. So you'll have something to look forward to there. And then, you know what? Maybe next week I really go into like coloring. Ideally, I want to have all the colors done by like say Sunday night. If I can color all the pieces by Sunday night, that would be huge. But yeah, so we'll see. Gyarados. All right, Gyarados is like sketched in. I can like definitely just keep working on him little by little, but awesome. Guys, have a wonderful night. Thank you to all of you who tuned in today. Almost 4 hour stream. Had I started on time, I was like a little late today. We'd be at 4 hours, but I digress. We still put in the work. Again, we're practically right there. It's very exciting to see. Um, I will see you guys soon. Just, keep in touch through YouTube, Discord, whatever. Otherwise, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much, my Bonsters, for hanging out with me today. And I will catch you at the next one.